Welcome to the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Our hands full with that kid, but I was just so proud of the way we came out, the way we swarmed the football. We played really our old school Ironmen defense that a lot of people, including our staff, has been used to for many years. You know, a lot of white hats to the ball, you know, gang tackling, getting him before he got going, you know, held him under 130 yards rushing when he had been averaging over 250. So just so, you know, so excited for that opportunity to, you know, be able to shut him down and actually get our first shutout of the year. And again, so proud of our defense, our coaching staff that, you know, put the game plan together. Coach Taylor and his guys did a wonderful job of you know, really not giving up any big plays, which allowed our offense to do what they needed to do.
Would you call it the most complete win of the year? First shutout for our defense, and our offensive line just improves week in and week out?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we were very balanced. You know, our quarterback, you know, Bodie had over 100 yards passing and rushing. You know, I thought, you know, he, you know, dispersed the football out to a lot of different kids. We had different guys running the football. You know, it was not a one-man show. You know, Eli Ray had his third consecutive week getting a touchdown. Eli Davis had a huge catch on a bootleg. Charlie Woodard had a great catch off a backside bootleg. I mean, just, you know, being able to, you know, spread the football to different guys, you know, makes it hard for the defense to look at and try to stop just one kid. So I thought it was a complete game. Our special teams, Thatcher Brown did an excellent job again in the kicking game. You know, our coverage team did a wonderful job. You know, Colin Landrum had our special teams play of the game, you know, with a hit on their kid on a kickoff that just was absolutely, you know, unbelievable. And again, just like you said, overall just team victory, a championship that was well earned. It wasn't easy. You know, I thought that this league this year was the best it's been since we joined it back in 2018, and you know, just an opportunity to be able to do some, you know, things that maybe a lot of people would think we could do.
Well, got to brag a little bit on them. It's the 9th year in the Frontier Athletic Conference that has existed. We just won our 5th in a row. We honored team from the 90s earlier in the night. That was a special situation there, and we broke their record because they had won 4 in a row. A team way back in the 50s had won 4 in a row. These are league championships. We won our 5th. But think of this, we have won 25 straight Frontier Athletic Conference wins, and we have won 42 out of the total 45 all-time games involved in the Frontier Athletic Conference.
Yeah, I mean, you know, to get 5 straight was a big deal for our kids. You know, like you said, we honored the 95 through 98 teams who were the second time in school history that the football program at Jackson won 4 straight. And it was nice to see those guys, you know, before the game, and we were able to, you know, have a reception at the Elks afterwards, and had a great time catching up with those men. And you know, it helps our athletes see what alumni is all about. That, you know, when they graduate from this program, they're still part of this family, and they're always welcome to come back. You know, I know tonight we'll have some former linemen or former Ironmen in the locker room. You'll see some former players on the field because they're always welcome to come back. And you know, to bring those guys in the 90s back to you know, in front of a crowd, and we've had a highlight video made for them, and you know, it was just a really neat thing to see, and it lets like I said, our young guys know that, you know, once they're in this program, they're always in the program.
Well, you mentioned the game. Go back to the game. 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, kind of back and forth. But the second quarter, the Ironman offensive line, along with the defense pitching a shutout, they had a 10-play drive for 75 yards and a 6-play drive for 75 yards. It ate up almost the whole second quarter to give us that 14-0 lead. And the 14-0 lead was 2 Ryan Simet's rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one way to stop a really good running back is not let him have the ball on offense, and we were able to do that in that second quarter. And you know, like I said, at halftime we made a few adjustments in our spread offense. You know, like we said in the post game, you know, Bodie saw a couple of things with their safeties, so we put in a formation with some motion. Thought we could get Eli Ray opening down the seam, and we were able to do that and threw a touchdown pass to get a 3-score lead. And then you know, Dayton Counter had a rushing touchdown, and you know, like Bodie Wolford had a rushing touchdown. I mean, it just, you know, it was, like you said, a complete game. It was wonderful to see, you know, a great crowd. It was a blackout night. You know, people wearing black T-shirts and hoodies, and we were wearing black socks and cleats for the first time, and it was just nice to see the support that we got, and again, another FAC championship.
3 broadcasters were sporting black T-shirts. We certainly appreciated that option on there. Game stats. One of the differences between our team and a lot of other teams this year is we can run the football, we can pass the football. Last 2 weeks ago, Friday night, we proved it. 220 yards rushing, 189 yards passing, 409 yards for us, 166 for Chile. That's pretty special.
Yeah, it was a dominant performance, and going in the game, when you're thinking this could go down to the wire, last possession type game, it was really nice to see us come out and dominate. Again, Chillicothe, we all know, is an arch rival of ours going way back, even before this league was formed, and so it was nice to get that win, and again, playing a team that was on a roll and had a lot of expectations, and like I said, our kids just played really well.
Let's speed forward 2 weeks. During this last week, there was an all-FAC team announced, and the Jackson Ironmen were well represented.
They were. Our first team selections were Ryan Simons, Bodie Wolford, who both of them, this is their 3rd year of receiving that award. Jacob Allen, his 3rd year. Charlie Woodard, 1st year recipient, and Eli Ray, and those 5 were first team. Honorable mention, Dayton Counter, Jeb Thompson, Thatcher Brown, and Jay Sturgill. All, again, very, worthy of those awards. And again, those were voted on by, the coaches of the other 5 teams. And, again, it was really nice to see, them be honored. And, one of the things I do want to mention, Thatcher Brown, and we talked about this before we got on the air, he may be the only Ironman in history to win 2 conference titles, but also get first team all conference awards as an individual in the same season, in the fall with, being football and soccer. And of course, he led our soccer team to one of the best soccer years in school history, district championship, led, the team broke the all-time record for wins in a season, goals, shutout. One of our backup kicker and our kicker next year, Tanner Jenkins, helped lead a defense that, broke the school record in shutouts. It's just wonderful to see Lee Lord, who does a fabulous job with that program, make those things happen. I know our football team enjoyed watching that run in the playoffs, and we traveled to watch them play. And, it's just really, really neat to see all that. But again, those guys deserve those honors, and the district nominations or the district awards will be coming out here the next day or so, and we'll see what happens with that.
Well, that was pretty exciting. I know, as you said, districts on the way. Miami Trace and Jackson obviously had the most people selected to the FAC honors on there. Should have been, it was, but the player of the year was a young man that Carte Ligon, who we held to, and it sounds like holding him to 26 carries, 129 yards. But for a young man that rushed for over 2,200 yards for the year, what a fabulous job we did on the player of the year.
We did, and that's something that we're going to have to match tonight. We know that the Baker kid, Julian Baker, who's a junior, has some very similar stats. He gashed us a couple weeks ago for close to 200 yards rushing and a couple touchdowns, and we understand that we have to do a lot better job on defense against him. It'll be a little bit of a similar game plan in the sense that we have to get guys the football. One man is not going to tackle him, whether it's in the box or in space. We have to do a better job of getting to him before he gets going. Of course, he runs behind some big offensive linemen that do a wonderful job of moving the line of scrimmage. So we just got to identify where he's at. The Enox kid, who I think is one of the best players in the league and has been the last 2 years, he's their go-to guy whenever they need him at fullback or running back or tight end. I imagine he could probably throw a football if they need be, but on offense and defense, I think he's their overall best player. And so, understanding formations and where the ball is going to go is going to be key, and we have to game tackle him.
Well, it is playoffs, so let's get talking about it. Jackson in the playoffs for the 9th straight year. Very impressive. 13th time in the Coach Hall era of 17 years. 20th time overall, and it just seems like the other day was 1996, and Dan and Pete were broadcasting that first playoff game, and it was a dandy, but wow, how time flies.
It does, and again, we've been very, very fortunate to have these trips in the playoffs, and we've always talked about that our season is broken up into 3 different seasons, and we start the 3rd season tonight. And of course, we were honored with a bye last week, so now this is the quarterfinal contest this evening, and the winner goes on to the semifinals, which is always a big deal in the region. And we'll see how that goes. I've had people ask me all week, how do you like the bye week? And, I think there's some good things about it. There could be some bad, but, we'll find out tonight. I guess you have to ask me after, tonight's game whether I like the bye week or not. But, it gave us a chance to get, mentally healed up a little bit, of course, physically as well. But we've been able to prepare for, close to 2 weeks against Miami Trace, and so there should be very little mental mistakes. We should be pretty solid on our assignments, and now we just got to go play the game.
Jackson, overall 14 wins in the playoffs, 19 losses, obviously because we've been there 19 times, all-time record. But under your tenure, Coach, we are 11 wins and 12 losses. Obviously, this is the 13th time we'll be in it. It is a 5 seed versus a 4 seed. Now, think of this. Back in the old days in 1996, only 4 teams made it from the region. We eked out because of that Miami Trace win to go up to the 4th seed. So we would have made it way back then also, but it's a 4 seed versus 5 seed tonight.
Yeah, and again, this is, a heck of a rematch. When you look at 2 teams that are arch rivals in the last 3 or 4 years in this league, and a chance to get to play them tonight at home. Alumni Stadium is a lot more exciting than going up to their place. But we know they're going to be excited. There's the revenge game for them. Feel like that, they're up 14-0 early, that they maybe let one slip away. And so they understand that they can play, at this level. They had a big win last week against Hillsborough to kind of get them going in that first round. And so, tonight we expect their very best. We know they're going to make a few adjustments. We have as well. But this is going to be a slugfest. Both teams, even though we throw the ball a lot more and a lot better than they do, we still got to run the football, and we know that. And so, we're going to rely on Bodie to make, some checks at line of scrimmage and some audibles that he's been doing throughout the year. And, I think he's the key, because both teams can run it. Both teams have good running backs. Both teams, have good defenses, but I think the one card we have over them is the quarterback position. They have a kid that can to run it and run the option, but Bodie's shown that he can do that the last few weeks, and of course we know what he can do with his arms. So, his performance tonight will be big for us on offense.
10-game stats, 10 games are in the books, so we got kind of stats for that total. Thank you, Pete Wilson. Points for Jackson, 373 this season, meaning we're averaging 37 points a game. We've given up 172, so our average margin of victory is 37-17. The difference is we can rush it, we can pass it. 183 yards per game rushing, 130 passing, but a number that jumps out probably more than anything is we have only committed 5 turnovers in 10 weeks of football, opposed to our opponents who have had 14.
Right, and that's a key factor, as we all know, in big games like this. You can't turn the ball over. Against Trace a few weeks ago, we had the interception that led to their touchdown, but then we also had we caused 2 turnovers ourselves, which led to 2 touchdowns for us. So, that tends to be a factor, is when you turn the ball over, you give people extra possessions, the momentum switches. That's something that we got to do a good job with, and continue to do a good job, like you said, throughout the year that we have. But one thing too, you always got to remember is kicking game. Being able to punt the ball out of danger, being able to maybe get a good return on a kickoff or a punt return. Maybe get a block kick, force a bad punt. All those things become, factors in a big game like this. And, of course, with Thatcher, we feel very confident he can do a lot of things for us. And, our coverage team, which is made up of a lot of freshmen, have done a wonderful job, especially in these last 4 or 5 games as they've learned to mature and be part of this varsity team. We are playing a lot of young kids this year, and those young kids are really growing up.
Well, think of this in the history of Jackson football. When has this opportunity arisen? This will be the 3rd straight week we're going to face a running back that has over 2,000 yards rushing in a season. Baker, week 9. Ligon, week 10. Baker again, week 11 for the Ironmen. How unique is that?
It is. I mean, I've never heard of it, especially in the same league to have two kids rush for 2,000 yards. And the bad thing for us is they're both back next year. But, it's a tall task. But like I said, we saw glimpses of what we can do on defense. And that's why I remind the kids all week. I said, if you can do what you did against Cartier, then that same effort can be used this week against, the Baker kid. So we're going to have that performance, because if not, he can totally disrupt a football game and bury you very quickly, like he about did 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. But we'll have to see. We've had a good week of practice, actually 2 weeks of practice. We feel good about our game plans. Now we have to just execute. Now it's time to go out and play and give ourselves a chance to get to the semifinals.
We all know Baker and Enix, they're very prime players from Miami Trace. The ace in the hole, and the one that I worry about a little bit, is a sophomore quarterback that is in week 12 for them. And you know what? He's only going to get better, and that's Baron Phipps. Good athlete, hasn't been a major factor this year, but you just never know when he can really take off, because right now, let's be honest, at 12 games underneath, or in his 12th game, he's equivalent of a junior.
Right, and he can run the option. He didn't run a lot against us. I feel like maybe he had a hamstring issue, and maybe that's something why they didn't run him as much, but I could see him coming out tonight and doing more of that. We see the Baker kid playing some wildcat formation where they direct snap it to him and let him take off. They're going to do some different things. Like tonight we're going to do some different things as well. So, being able to, understand that and define where people are at, is going to be a key for our defense.
My last question, Coach, what do you want to see tonight?
Well, intensity on defense like we saw 2 weeks ago, and maybe the break helped us because it was hard. I think it's hard to play 2 games like that back to back with that type of intensity. So, it feels like it's been a month since we've played. So hopefully that gives us enough time to recharge batteries and refocus in on this game plan. And then on offense, we can't turn the ball over. We have to execute. Feel like we have some good stuff for tonight. And then, like I said, we can steal one on special teams. Like I said, whether it's a block kick or a return or a solid return for field position, if we can get that'll help us win a ball game.
I really think 2 weeks ago against Chillicothe, best night I saw was tackling, especially in the flats in the open field, and that's going to be critical tonight.
It was. Our secondary was fabulous. Ryan Simons had 21 tackles at the free safety position, and it wasn't because our linebackers or D-line played bad. I thought Wes Clagg and Jeb Thompson had great games as D linemen. I thought, C.J. Crabtree had a great game at strong safety. Our corners have been outstanding all year. Christian and Dayton, who I think have had fabulous seasons, and excited to have them back for, their senior year next year. But, like I said, we have to have that performance tonight, or it could be a long night.
How about a 15th win for Jackson historically in the playoffs, and a 12th win for you would sure make everybody happy.
It would. This possibly could be the last game of the year at Alumni Stadium, and we'll have to wait and see what the other, with London and McNick game happens. If McNick would win, we're going to be back here next week with a win tonight. If not, we'd be traveling to London. So, our seniors, they're in their mindset thinking this is their last home game ever, and we want to go out on a high note.
All those early morning lifting all school long, all that putting a helmet on in the middle of August, it all comes down to this kind of game, and it's so exciting. Coach, wish you the very best of luck. Can't wait to talk to you in the post game.
Thank you very much, and go Ironmen.
Stay tuned for more pregame activities with the voice of the Jackson Ironmen, Mr. Dan Dobbins, and the best stat man this side of the Mississippi, Mr. Pete Wilson.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in
to figure out a way to finally slow Jackson down. They've never been able to do it. Jackson, for the second game in a row, will be facing a supreme running back. If they can figure out how to hold Julian Baker down, that will be a long way towards winning this football game.
No question about it. Jackson now coming on the field. Trace is already there. Pete Wilson. There is excitement in the air. The two best FAC teams squaring off now, trying to vie for a regional championship.
Absolutely, and as I said, Miami Trace, only loss they had this year was 3 weeks ago to the Ironmen, and of course the Ironmen so much covet maybe getting to a regional championship game. That's always been one of their goals, to get there and then win it. And Miami Trace just trying to jump a major mental hurdle, I think, in beating the Ironmen. They know they're good enough to do it, but they've never done it. They want to do it tonight.
Good crowd from Trace made it down here tonight to Alumni Stadium. Both teams are ready to start this football game, so we're going to turn it over to the voice of the Jackson Ironmen, Mr. Dan Dobbins.
All right, thank you, Dan and Pete. And the Jackson Ironmen won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so Miami Trace will get tonight's opening kick. Back deep.
Number 0.
He's not in my program.
It's Julian Baker. Instead of 8, he's 0.
Tonight he's yes.
The new program.
All right, Julian Baker, number 0, stands in the middle, and it's Thatcher Brown getting ready to kick this game off. It's regional quarterfinals of the Ohio State High School Football Playoffs, Division III, Region 12.
All-League Thatcher Brown, honorable mention All-FAC. That's quite an honor for a kicker. Going to kick off and try maybe to kick it away from one of the top players in the Frontier Athletic Conference, in Julian Baker.
All right, there's the whistle, and see what Thatcher does with it. It's a high and kicking. It's taken at the 4-yard line by Baker. He comes to the left, now heads up the center of the field, and he's tackled at the 22-yard line.
Nice coverage there. Cade Gomez, amongst a couple of the other Jackson Ironmen on the kickoff team, brings him down. Anytime you get Baker to the turf, it's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Jackson will play defense to start with. Starting will be Wes Clegg at that nose guard position, Grant Kennedy and Jeb Thompson, the 2 down tackles. Gavin Seitz, Eli Davis, the inside linebackers, Charlie Woodard, Eli Ray, the outside linebackers, Dayton Counter, Christian Gillum, the corners, CJ Crabtree, free safety, Ryan Simetz, the strong safety.
Aaron Phipps is the quarterback. He has running backs on either hip, and he'll hand it off left side with some running room out to the 29-yard line. A gain of about 5.
Eli Ray wraps him up, brings him down. You're right, good first down play.
Gain of about 6 yards on first down. Make it second along 3. We are just underway. The rain has quit for the time being. Doesn't look like we're going to get any more.
Really, for the 6th time this year at Alumni Stadium and the other games on the road, it's been beautiful weather, and this turned out to be a nice night. Wasn't very nice about a half hour ago.
Yeah, rain was really pouring. All right. 2nd and short, and now officials stop play. Eli Ray's going to check out of the ball game.
Would, I'm sure, be an equipment issue.
He's replaced by Ashton Seymour. 2nd and long 3. Hand off to Enix, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll go down. Going to give him about a half a yard loss on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Tate Rosler in the bottom of that pile, but nice job there by the Ironman. He tried to break it outside of the off-tackle hole, and boy, the Ironman stood him up. So now we're facing our first 3rd down situation in this contest.
3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Panthers. Ball in the center of the field. They go towards the scoreboard here at Alumni Stadium. The wide out to the right side is Jansen Smith. He wears number 80, the lone receiver. And handoff to Baker, and he's going to be stopped shy of the 30-yard line, so to bring up 4th down and 3.
Ironman going with a little different personnel there. They have a free safety now in Ryan Simetz, and they bring Tate Rosler in there to really give him a 3 linebacker look. It's kind of a 5-3 adjustment, and that's obviously to try to stop this Miami Trace running attack, and they did just that on the first series.
Punting situation for the Miami Trace Panthers, it's 4th and 3, ball at their own 29-yard line.
I'm sure both coaches, it's like a chess match. They're going to show you some different moves from 3 weeks ago.
Punter is the quarterback, Baron Phipps. Good snap from center, and boy, the Ironman had a chance. I think he may have partially got that ball deflected.
I mean, looking at Charlie Woodard, I don't think he touched it because he showed no emotion on it, but I'll tell you what, he forced him to kick it off the side of the foot and give the Ironman great field position. Pistol.
Looks like they're going to put it down at the, the 40-yard line. Only 11-yard punt there by Phipps. A little bit deliberate in getting rid of it. Looks like he was trying to kick it maybe away from the Jackson return man, and also was rushed a little bit. Charlie Woodard right in his face. 11-yard punt.
The Ironmen take over their first series of downs with 9:36 remaining. In this first quarter, we have no score.
2 weeks ago, Seth Taylor had the sprained ankle. He is back there tonight. That's a good sign. Jacob Allen at the guard. Griffin Leach, the senior center. Jeb Thompson, Colin Landrum, the other guard. Jay Sturgill, the other tackle.
Empty backfield with motion. They fake it, and Wolford will keep it. He picks up 6 yards and make it 5 down to the 35-yard line.
I think they're going to get a dose of Bodie Wolford running the ball tonight. He runs just for over 100 yards last week against Chillicothe, and that certainly is another factor in the offense that Trace really hadn't seen as much. It's a different look.
Maybe Coach Hall plans on doing that tonight. I'm sure both coaches are. Something the other hasn't seen. Now we have 4 wide out to the right. Simons goes in motion, and this time he'll get the ball in the backfield, trying to elude one, and he crosses the 30 and has the first down for the Ironmen at the 30-yard line.
You know, how hard is Ryan Simons to get the open field? One Trace player had a shot to get him in the backfield. Ryan makes him miss, gets some good blocks out there, turns the corner, and the Ironmen have a first down all the way down to the 30-yard line of Miami Trace. We're going to see a lot of motion, a lot of different looks, maybe formations. The 4 wide, we saw some last week. I think Coach is going to maybe utilize that a little more, and he does on this time out of the huddle.
This time they go to the left as the ball on the right hash mark. Wolford in an empty backfield. Sends the slot man in motion. And snap back. Wants to pass. Now he'll take off and run. He's at the 25, down to the 20, 19-yard line, first down, Jackson.
Boy, the sea parted there with the offensive line, giving Bodie good protection. Bodie tucked, ran, found himself wide open, and picks up another first down for the Ironmen.
Wolford, of course, for the first time this year, went over 100 yards on the ground. It's certainly another weapon here in this diversified offense that can hurt you in so many ways by so many different players.
The Ironmen will go with a split back formation with Wolford under center. Little motion. Wolford, hand it off right side.
Good hold.
With some running room. Ryan Simons, he's inside the 15-yard line, down to about the 14.
Ironman going with a double tight formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Only Eli Ray split out. But boy, right side of that line, which is Jacob Allen, Seth Taylor, getting good blocks there for Ryan Simons. Good first down play.
7:55 remaining first quarter, no score, but the Ironmen are driving. They're now in the red zone. Looking at a 2nd and 5.
We mentioned the line, but also in there at tight ends, obviously Jake Gallagher and Eli Davis when we go double tight.
Ryan Simons on the hip of Bodie Wolford, and he gets a hole. 10-5, touchdown, Jackson.
Running right behind Jacob Allen, Seth Taylor, and he also had Eli Davis on that right side. Great hole at the point of attack. Ryan makes the secondary player miss, and he's into the end zone, and the Ironmen strike quickly.
Ironmen take advantage of a short field after the 11-yard punt from their own 40-yard line and punch it in as Ryan Simons goes in.
We kind of said it's important for Jackson to set the tone a little bit tonight. My gosh, they can't set it much better than we just did.
Charlie Woodard will snap. C.J. Crabtree holds for Thatcher Brown. Kick is on the way. It's good. 7-0 your score. 7:32 remaining first quarter. A break in the action. We'll be back right after this.
That old tree in your yard, it's not just an eyesore, it's a threat. One strong wind and it's coming down. Call Oaks Tree Service before it's too late. From tree removal and trimming to storm cleanup, emergency response, and dangerous limb removal, they do it all. Locally owned, fully insured, and available 24/7, serving Jackson and all surrounding areas. Call 740-637-2654 now. One bad storm can bring it down. Call Oaks before it hits the ground.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
I went from a dead-end job to endless opportunity.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. With advancement opportunities, an on-site health clinic, and generous retirement benefits, you too can be more at Bellisio Foods. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
7:32 remains in this first quarter. Jackson with the 7-0 lead. Pete?
A 5-play, 40-yard drive by the Ironmen. Ryan Simon scores them 14 yards out for the touchdown. Beautiful start to the Ironmen. Can't draw it up better than that. Extra point by Thatcher Brown makes it 7-0.
Pooch kick for the Ironmen. They do a good job on coverage, although that allows Trace to get out above the 30-yard line, but Dayton Counter and a host of others involved in that tackle.
Yeah, Caden Butler is the return man out to the 32-yard line.
That is a way to keep the ball out of the hands of obviously one of the top players in the league, and that is Baker, Julian Baker.
All right, Jansen Smith goes wide to the right. Phipps has running backs on either side of him as he operates from the gun. Hands off, left side to Enix, and Cooper Enix crosses the 35-yard line to the 37, where he's driven backwards after a 4-yard gain.
Eli Davis and Tate Rosler involved in that tackle. Good first down play for Trace, picks up about 5 yards, but once again, every time we make a tackle on him, it's a positive play. Ironman given a little different look, as we said, multiple in the secondary. The other look is they've moved Grant Kennedy to the nose guard tonight, moved Wes Clegg out to one of the down tackles.
All right. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers, and Phipps, he'll keep it. Now he'll pitch an open field. It's Julian Baker, and he has the first down in Ironman territory, finally tackled at the 46-yard line.
Touchdown saving tackle by Ryan Simets, huge play, ran an option to the wide side of the field. Phipps ran that very nicely and got it to Baker at the right time, and when his ability in the open field is able to get it into Ironman territory.
If executed perfectly, the option is a very hard play to defend.
It really is.
All right, 1st and 10 at the Ironman 45-yard line. And Baker fumble in the backfield, and he has to fall on the football, but it's all the way back to his 49-yard line.
Touchdown by Dayton Counter, the cornerback, but the ball went through the hands of Baker. Wasn't a terrible snap, just a little bit to his left. Couldn't handle it, so the Ironmen catch a break here. Let's see if we can take advantage of it.
Makes that 2nd and 16 with 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Jackson on top 7-0. Jansen Smith wide to the right. 2 tight end set. Phipps will stand in the shotgun and ride it. Option left, and he'll keep it this time. Phipps tackled after he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
I tell you, the sophomore showed some strength there. He carried the tacklers about 3 yards to cross the 45, but it puts him back in a 3rd and 10. What he did was, where he fumbled, he gets those yards back, 3rd and 10.
All right, big play here for the Ironmen.
Zayden McLeod will come in for the nose guard position. Ironman trying to go with maybe a little more of a pass rush.
Smith is the lone receiver. He goes wide right.
Smith is the leading receiver for Miami Trace this year when they do choose to pass.
And they will option right side. Phipps keeps it. He breaks a tackle. Now another. He has the first down. Still on his feet, breaking tackles all the way inside the 20-yard line.
Boy, and we kind of mentioned in the Coach Hall pregame show, a little worried that Phipps is a mature sophomore now. He certainly has been a factor. He said, Coach said he didn't run the option very much, but he has this year. He's certainly taking advantage of it so far with a couple big running plays.
And the Ironmen focusing so much of their attention on number 0, Julian Baker. Baker.
Yep, Phipps a very athletic sophomore young man, and as we said, 12 games in, you know he's done nothing but get better.
Big third down. He picks up the first at the Ironman 19-yard line in the red zone. And here's Phipps wanting to pass, throwing it over, and it looks like it's caught at the 10-yard line and brought down around the 8. Looks like it may be another first down for the Panthers.
Gavin Seitz makes the tackle, but you're right, a little slant pattern by their solo receiver out there, and they got it to him, made the catch inside the 10-yard line.
It is first and goal for the Panthers with 4:05 remaining in this first quarter. Trying to match the Ironman score. Phipps will hand it to Baker. Baker follows his right guard, still pushing, and
he's inside the 5, fell forward.
looks like they're going to mark it.
Well, there's a penalty flag down, so the officials will talk about it. It's back in the backfield of Miami Trace, and Trace appears to be walking backwards. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Moves the ball back to the 13-yard line. It'll be first down and goal from the 13.
Trace has been able to overcome a fumbled play that put him in a second and very long situation. Now it's first and goal from back near the 13-yard line.
In the shotgun formation. And unbalanced line as Julian Baker gets it. He goes towards the strong side of that unbalanced line and gets down to the 8-yard line.
Wes Clegg with the tackle. Baker falls forward, gets it right back where the first down started. This drive started inside the 10. Second and goal now from the 8.
3:21 remaining now in the first quarter.
CJ Crabtree in there defensively for the Ironmen now.
Send Jansen or Smith out wide to the left side. As Phipps takes the snap, hit in the backfield, and then it is Cooper Enix getting the pitch, and he's tackled for a loss at the 11-yard line.
Wow, I tell you what a great job there defensively. Ryan Simons came in and forced Phipps to make the pitch, and then we had multiple guys, including Dayton Counter and Eli Davis in there to tackle. Enix actually lost a yard on that, so now you're looking third and goal from the 9-yard line. That time we played the option very well.
Phipps actually fooled the play-by-play guy. I thought he had the ball. Good pitch. All right. Smith out wide to the right side for the Panthers. Third down and goal from the 9. And Phipps wants to pass. Looking. Now he's pressured. Rolling to his right. Looking. Pumps once. And he will be sacked.
That's a loose ball.
And they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Oh, my gosh, boy, Charlie Wood had wrapped him up, threw him to the ground. The ball comes free, but they're saying his arm came forward and he threw a pass. Now it should be a fourth and goal situation. Let's see if the officials are talking it over. There's 3 of them way over on the 15-yard line on the other side of the field.
Sure looked like he fumbled the ball, but we're a long way away from the action.
Okay, and the other call is a grounding, which would be a 5-yard penalty. Still be fourth down then.
The loss of down.
Oh, it's a face mask on the Ironmen.
That will be a first down and goal.
Oh my gosh, is that a huge penalty?
No, it's a 5-yard penalty.
Oh,
I don't think
right.
it's an automatic first down.
Not an automatic, right. Makes it third down and goal from the 8-yard line, just outside the 7.
That's a huge call. That's a big penalty on Jackson. Let's see if we can overcome it.
Phipps hands off for the left side, and good tackle in there by the Ironman as Baker unable to gets down to the 5-yard line.
CJ Crabtree coming in, playing the strong safety spot, and they're putting Ryan Simons at a free safety, and CJ stepped up, made a great tackle on that outstanding running back for Trace.
Now it's fourth down and goal from the 5-yard line, and it appears Trace will go for it.
They're either going to go for it or they're going to talk about it, one or the other. Well, they're going for it.
They're playing for this. Big play, really a big play in this contest. It's early on.
And handoff goes to Cooper Enix, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, they kind of looked like they're going to run the option, but they gave it to the first back, Enix, and he basically went in untouched. He went in upright. Nice job there by the left side of their offensive line to give him some room, and he's a big, strong running back, and when he had a head of steam, it taken quite an effort to keep him short.
6'2", probably 210 or 220, and now we'll try to tie the game at 7.
Enix, one of the top two-way players in the FAC this year.
Cam Thorman is the kicker. And kick is on the way, and it's no. Oh, it is good.
Just slipped in by about a foot over the bar.
That one had some English on it.
Yes, it did.
7-7 your score. 1:22 remains first quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the foundation of our projects and our company. VCR offers competitive salaries, professional development opportunities, and an employee referral bonus program. Visit VCRMCO.com to apply. VCR, preserving our history with the hands of craftsmen.
Your 401k is likely one of your most important assets. Edward Jones can help you understand how your retirement assets fit into your entire retirement picture. Contact me, Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor, at 740-286-4872.
You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Visit VCN.
Run.
11 plays, 68 yards. There is the Miami Trace has the answer.
And they pooch it down the field. It is taken at the 23-yard line here on the near side of the field, returning it over the 30 to the 34.
Ryan Simets catches that like he does in the spring, scoops up a ground ball, carries it over the 30-yard line, almost to the 35. Not bad field position. Was an impressive drive, Pete Wilson, and they overcame a one-loss play with a bad snap and the other from penalty.
Right, and what they showed on that is the danger of the quarterback run and the option with Phipps.
Both teams have utilized quarterback runs so far in this contest.
Right, we didn't see that so much 3 weeks ago at Miami Trace from the young man.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Ironmen, ball at their own 34-yard line. Bodie Wolford stands in an empty backfield. Looking left, throws that in the slot man. That's Eli Ray. Makes the catch, but this is going to be no gain, if any, on the play. Good defense by Miami Trace as he's right there to bring him down for no gain.
Nice job there by Weston Dawes, who is a very good player and also an All-FAC type player. Big open field tackle there on Eli. 2 All-FAC players there collide.
2nd and 10, ball moved close to the left hash mark. Trips here to the near side of the field. Tight end Davis resets to the other side, and this is a keeper by Bodie Wolford, and he gets across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and that'll make a 3rd down and 8.
Kind of the first time we've had a 3rd and of some length. 3rd and 8, not the ideal down and distance, but Coach Hall getting the play called into his senior quarterback. Looks like the Ironmen are going to spread it out. Been playing a lot with the 2 tight end look, except when we go in the quads on one side. Let's see well, that'll be the end of the first quarter.
The score is 7-7. Jackson, Miami Trace all knotted at 7 apiece. We'll take a timeout and be back with second quarter action right after this.
Oh, my mower won't start. I know what to do. Take it to Matheny's Small Engine Repair, located on Savageville School Road in between Jackson and Chillicothe. Matheny's is now an official Encore dealer with both new commercial and residential models on display. They'll get you up and mowing.
You've You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
From removal and trimming.
Welcome back to Jackson Ironmen football. Dan Dobbins, Pete Wilson, Dan Morrow. It is 3rd down and 8 for the Ironmen. The ball at their own 40 or 35-yard line. They need 8. And Bodie Wolford in an empty backfield looking to pass. He'll now take off and run, and he'll be out to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line, just shy of the first down.
Going to mark him 1.5 yards shy, and we know what Coach Hall normally does in this situation. What is that, analytics they talk about on TV all the time? His analytics are, I got confidence in these kids, and we're going to go for it on 4th and short.
They certainly are. They leave the offense on the field. Big play here in this opening moments of the second quarter.
Wolford putting the Ironmen in a position to be able to at least try here for the 4th down with a very elusive move to avoid a sack.
6'7", Adam Guthrie lines up over Jeb Thompson at center, and handoff. And it's going to be Ryan Simons gets the ball loose, and then Bodie Wolford picks up the first down. Oh, they had Ryan Simons dead to rights. Somehow Bodie Wolford came up with the ball and picks up the first down.
Now, did they, hopefully nobody blew it dead. 63 for Trace seems to think they might have blown it dead when he had Ryan wrapped up, pitches it back to Bodie. Bodie clearly makes a first down, and boy, Trace wants that call. But I don't think, oh, the ball was spotted short. It sure looked like Bodie made the yardage needed.
We went out of bounds at the 45.
They mark it at the 44, and they're going to call it a first down. They measured it right there by about half the football, and what a heads-up play. Oh, no, it's Miami Trace.
Yep, they did not get it by half the ball.
It sure looked like it had it by half the football. Oh, my gosh, what a huge play that was. It's on the other side of the field. We weren't the best view of it, but it certainly was an exciting play. But, boy, it's going to give Miami Trace a short field.
At the Ironman 44-yard line, Pete.
All right, well, Miami Trace now will have an opportunity with the short field and with the momentum of scoring the last time and looking pretty good on offense. Ironman defense, time to step up.
New formation for the Panthers as they line up in the slot formation. And the Ironman stepping up, and here's the handoff. And crossing the 40-yard line is it Baker. He's down to still moving down to the 38.
It's what you call moving the pile there. We had him hit before the 40, carries another couple yards. Wow, what a tough scenario there. I mean, it would have been a miracle play, Ryan pitching back to Bodie like that, but it just looked like from here, now we're 100 yards away, it looked like Bodie had enough yards to get the first down, ends up being a half a football shy.
2nd and 4. And handoff right side, and there they pitch it. Now wide open as Jansen Smith catches it and walks into the end zone. And penalty flag is down on the play, but Jansen Smith wide open.
Ineligible receiver downfield is the call.
Yeah, and that happens so much, but boy, did Phipps, the quarterback, play that nicely. Faking to the first back and then coming down the line like the option play. Receiver had nobody within 30 yards of him. Makes the catch, goes in, but the flag is thrown, and wow.
It's also a loss of down, so it'll be 3rd down and 9. Ball back near the 43. Should be 3rd. Scoreboard still shows 2nd down.
Well, that was, remember they got 7 yards on first. If we took the penalty, should only be 2nd and 9,
That's
I
right.
think.
You're right. And handoff to first back through.
Oh, nice job
and
there.
This good. That's Weston Dawes, and he has stopped it dead in his tracks at the 43-yard line.
One of our smallest defenders, Dayton Counter, hit him low. Handful of the other Ironmen in there. Eli Davis involved in the tackle.
Who you
having
think
sights.
That might have been one of those plays Coach Williams had drawn up in his playbook. Right time to use it, but illegal man downfield.
Boy, and it did work. We were coming on a blitz too, so we fed right into it perfectly.
Phoenix in the slot to the left side. Smith out wide. And a timeout on the field. And this timeout is actually by Miami Trace. We'll do the same.
Yeah, Trace takes the timeout.
9:35 remains, and we'll be back right after this.
Willis Advantage Property Solutions delivers dependable, full-service property maintenance you can trust. We specialize in asphalt repair, infrared patching, surface cleaning, parking lot striping, and powerful hydrojet drain cleaning, serving industrial, commercial, and residential customers across the region. From small fixes to large-scale projects, we get the job done right, on time, and on budget. Call now for your free consultation at 740-577-4574. Willis Advantage Property Solutions. We protect and maintain what matters.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Right side. And play action. Quarterback Phipps in trouble. Has the ball downfield, and it's incomplete at the 5-yard line. Boy, Phipps stood in there and took a big hit and delivered the ball at the 5, and the receiver for Miami Trace is still down.
I'll give Phipps credit. He has got some great play action moves in their backfield. Kind of froze our defense thinking run again. It's going to be there's an injured Trace player. It was actually the receiver. I think he fell maybe on the football as he landed, but Ryan Simetz caught up ground nicely, got there, but the pass was just out of reach, or it could have been another 6 points for Miami Trace.
The receiver was Joseph Reinschild, and he is still down on the field inside the 5-yard line. So that brings up a 4th and 9. Certainly Trace.
That's an opportunity for Trace to save a timeout here by the injured player. They can talk things over, decide what they want to do on this 4th and long situation, but they are in Jackson territory inside the 45-yard line.
Do you pin the Ironman deep, or do you take a chance and possibly give the ball back close to midfield?
Big play here coming for our defense. Even if they line up in the punt formation, Phipps does give you options, but looks like he is stepping back in punt formation, but we got to keep an eye on it.
He will stand inside the 50-yard line.
Remember, we almost blocked that first one. It was right off the side of his foot.
And he'll punt it away.
That's
Good
a
high
much better kick.
And fair catch called for at the 8-yard line by Ryan Simetz. So the Ironmen create a punt, force a punt, and now will take over with 9:21 remaining in this first half.
Seriously, a great job by our defense, giving them the ball with the short side of the field, and the Ironmen come up strong. Little break with the penalty on the illegal forward pass, but we'll take it. Pete?
A 35-yard punt by Phipps, got it nice and high, made Simetz field it inside the 10-yard line. He did make the fair catch, and that's where Jackson will have to start, 92 yards away from pay dirt.
Well, Bodie will work. All alone in the backfield. Wideouts to both sides. And he looks right. Quick, fast. It's caught and turning it into a first down. Across the 20 to the 23-yard line is Eli Ray.
Boy, Eli on that slant pattern. Bodie hits him right between the 2 and the 0. Eli makes a tackler miss, and does that give us some better field position across the 20 to the 22-yard line?
Yeah, the goal line not bearing in their back right now, so they move it out to the 22. New set of downs with 9 minutes remaining for half. They work from the right hash mark in a I formation. 2 tight ends for the Ironmen. And he'll hand off to the second back through. That's Simons, and he'll get out over the 25 to the 27-yard line as they push that line and tacklers forward for a gain of about 5.
Right behind Allen and Taylor, and Simons gets 4 or 5 when it didn't look like there was much there.
It is a gain of 5. 7-7 is your score. Jackson scored first, and then Miami Trace answered on their next possession.
You know, one of the famous players from Miami Trace, we talk about Baker, but Adam Guthrie with the full ride to Clemson University, big-time Division I prospect, plays a lot more defense when the Ironmen are in a game. A lot of times he's just on the offensive side.
The Ironmen running 2 tight end set.
Good job.
And looks like the Ironmen have the first down, a gain of about 5.5. They needed 5, and that will move the chains.
That's a good push. Griffin Leach, the senior center, Colin Landrum and Jacob Allen giving him some room to run. We cross the 30 to the 32.
Back-to-back first downs for the Ironmen.
Ironmen with 5 first downs, Miami Trace with 3.
Ball still in the right hash mark as the Ironmen go towards the scoreboard. Everybody tight. Now they send Simons in motion to the right. And handoff. It'll be Bodie Wolford keeping it, and he'll get a 4 yards across the 35.
Once again, Ironman running backs falling forward, picks up 4 yards.
Jackson has all their timeouts. Trace has 2 remaining in this half.
Ironman went big. They had Brett Davis in there in the offense for the lineman that time. We'll bring Eli Ray in, so we're going to spread it out a little bit more.
We're inside 7 minutes remaining in the half, 2nd and 6. Eli Ray, the lone receiver, out wide to the left for the Ironmen. As the back's on an eye, here's a pitch to the left side to Simons. Trying to turn the corner.
Nice.
And gets close to the first down as he's out over the 40-yard line.
Has he grown as a running back? Just better with his timing. He followed his blocks that time on a wide sweep here to the near side. Learned to tuck and take advantage when he finally saw a seam, and it's a first down run for Ryan Simets.
Give him 6 on the night, and the Ironman drive continues. Now the line of scrimmage is their own 43.
Remember, Ryan Simets rushed for 141 yards and 2 TDs against Trace 3 weeks ago.
Charlie Woodard goes wide to the right. Was Eli Ray in the slot that way, and they run the play action, and Wolford keeps it, but he's tripped up in the backfield. Making the trip up was Cooper Hicks. Bodie would have had a little bit more room around the end.
They faked the jet sweep to Ryan Simets, and they did not fool, but there is a penalty flag down.
Right,
and
it
it's
was
pointed
after the
against,
whistle.
Yeah, way after the whistle. Let's see what this discussion is. Trace was not happy about the situation. It's a personal foul against Miami Trace, and that's a big penalty, and that will give the Ironmen a first down.
15 yards added on, and will be another first down for Jackson.
I think that's a play that took place kind of away from where the football was. That's why.
It was in the middle of the field there.
Yes.
Line of scrimmage is now the Miami Trace 42-yard line.
What would you say, Pete Wilson? Somebody a touch overzealous?
Away from the ball, and just after the whistle blew, maybe
a touch,
an extra little jab or something.
Yep.
Bodie Wolford stands in the gun, wanting to pass, looking left, now over the middle, and the ball will be incomplete at the 24-yard line.
Boy, it got to the fingertips of Ryan Simets, and he was well covered. just goes incomplete, but
running a little slant pass or pattern, and the 23-yard line just off his fingertips. That will stop the clock. 5:41 to go, second quarter.
Ironmen have all 3 of their timeouts. Trace used 1. They've got 2.
They'll work from the left hash mark. Woodard and Ray go wide right. Counter also in the slot that way. And Brody wants to pass, throws out, it's a little screen out to the right side, and first down and 10, Jackson at the 31-yard line.
Love to call that the bubble screen. You had trips out there. Charlie Woodard comes inside, running to or toward Bodie. Bodie hits him in stride. He gets 2 blocks from his other receivers, and he produces another first down for the Ironmen.
Score to report, courtesy of Hayden Milliken in the second quarter at Cincinnati McNicholas 7, London 3.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Surprise.
You know, London has had 6 straight shutouts going, and so somebody did score on them.
All right, first and 10, Jackson trying to regain the lead. Handoff right up the middle. Get into the 29-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Ryan Simets again, taking the handoff, picks up, well, give him 3. Mark at the 29-yard line.
4:50 remaining.
Wouldn't mind eating up a lot of this clock with this drive. Remember, the Ironmen deferred. We will get the ball to start the third quarter. Stay with us at halftime. Pete Wilson's statistics. We'll talk about it. We'll try to keep you updated on the McNichols London game. We will talk with the head girls basketball coach for Jackson Iron Ladies, Mr. Chad Carpenter. Their season has not started game-wise, but they've got 3 scrimmages already, and Coach Hall, not happy with the formation, takes a quick timeout.
Timeout on the field. We'll be 4:26 to go in the half. We'll be back right after this.
Ryan Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also
KOV.
The Ironmen take a timeout. 4:26 to go in this first half of play. Looking at a 2nd and 7 from the Trace 29-yard line.
Still got 2 more timeouts. Ironman offense back on the field. Nice drive we're putting together, Pete Wilson.
Absolutely. Remember, this one started on the 8-yard line.
Yes.
I believe it's this is the 9th play of the drive.
High formation, and they'll play action, looking to dump it off, and it's incomplete. Wanted to go to Gavin's sides. The ball was deflected.
Julian Baker gets a hand up in the air and deflects it. Gavin was open in the flats.
With lots of room to go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Would have been a big play, but that Baker guy makes those kind of plays, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Not only on the offensive side of the field. So now the Airmen looking at a critical 3rd and 7. See what they come up with. Trips to the right side. And now whistles blow and stopping the clock. A timeout on the field by the Ironmen. Another timeout. Chess match going on here, so we'll bring back right after this.
Step into the charm of Archinetti's, located in a beautiful 1800s colonial-style house at 181 East Main Street in Jackson. Open Tuesday through Saturday with 3 daily off-the-menu lunch and dinner specials. Archinetti's prides itself in providing you with a fresh and delicious homemade meal each and every time. Archinetti's, where history meets great food.
Top Tier Customs in Jackson is your local destination for bold builds and custom styles. From lift kits and lighting to wheels, winches, and more, we do it all with expert care. Bring your truck, Jeep, or SUV in today and leave with a ride that truly stands out. You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
This is a very good drive. Let's see if we can get something out of it.
Wolferson, Simons in motion to the left. And now in an empty backfield set, looking downfield, got a man out there.
He's open.
And it's overthrown. Eli Ray was the intended target. Had his man beat by a couple of yards, but that ball falls incomplete. Bodie may like to have that one back.
Yeah, he would. I mean, Eli has become such an efficient receiver, especially the last 4 games. And he got behind their defense a little bit. Ryan Simets coming in motion actually was a little bit open on a post pattern also. But now it's 4th down. We got another look at this. Did stop the clock with 4:16 to go. You hate to give Trace much time like this. Let's see if we can convert this very important 7 yards.
Yeah, it'd be a 46-yard field goal, so the Ironmen will play forward on 4th down. And motion. Now they do the double reverse.
Nice.
Eli Ray cuts it back, and he's going to go inside the 20, tackled at the 13-yard line.
I think there's a flag down way on the far side, but a great block on a double reverse. Bodie Wolford got the good block. I'm afraid this one might be coming back.
Oh,
yep.
At the 25-yard line, illegal block. Well, it's playoffs. You pull out all the stops. A double reverse by the Ironmen. Goes for the 1st down yardage, but nullified by a penalty.
Still is going to be 4th down, but very long now. And we probably now got to be thinking about punting them deep. Ball all the way back to the 40-yard line, so it'd be a 4th and, say, 18.
You know, Thatcher Brown comes on to punt as the line of scrimmage is the 40-yard line.
Another play just like Trace had that we probably have practiced all week, and my gosh, we executed it, but the block brings it back.
Thatcher Brown will punt it away. And low end-over-end kick will bounce inside, goes out of bounds. What a coffin corner kick by senior Thatcher Brown.
End-over-end kick goes out inside the 5-yard line. I think they'll mark it right about the 2. What a kick, Pete Wilson.
38 yards for Brown, but put a gold star by it for the placement as it goes out of bounds at 2. No return, and plus pinned them at their own 2-yard line. Can't do it any better than that.
Score tied at 7 with 3:50 remaining in this first half of play. Trace 98 yards away.
Now we'd love to have one of those timeouts back or two just to be able to stop the clock, but Trace doesn't want to make a mistake here. If shotgun formation for the quarterback, he's standing in the end zone.
Yeah, he's got a pistol formation. And he'll hand off straight up the middle, and safe play out over the 5-yard line.
Looks like he's going to mark him about almost a 7. Baker once again falling forward. Good push by the interior of their offensive line.
That'll be a gain of 5 for Baker.
Clock running. Trace has 2 timeouts. The Ironmen just 1.
All right, the Miami Trace breaks the huddle. And Brandon Phipps stands in the shotgun. And he'll hand off over going left, and that's Baker. And he'll get out over the 10 to the 12-yard line, close to a 1st down. They'll stop the clock and take a look.
I think the line judge on this side is moving the chain, so it will be a 1st down.
Substitution in for the Ironman. Tate Rosler comes in for Gavin Seitz on this play. 2:53, clock is moving. And handoff, and breaking it, and it will be out over the 25 to the 26-yard line, taken out of bounds. That was number 44, Weston Dawes. Breaks out and picks up nice yardage.
Big, strong kid is able to break behind the left side of that offensive line. Ryan Simets brings him down, but they move the chains again. He gets out of bounds. That stops the clock. That's like a timeout.
About 24 yards in 3 plays. 8-yard average for him. Clock is stopped at 2:44.
7-7 score, but both teams have moved the ball. But both teams have very good defenses, too.
Phipps will hand off right side, and it'll be Baker, and this time gain just shy of the 29-yard line. Give him a gain of about 3.
Shockingly, Ryan Simets gets up off the bottom of the pile. What'd they say, he had 21 tackles last week, or in on 21 tackles. Young man knows where the football is.
The motor that doesn't stop. All right, handoff. Baker, he pitches it out in the flat and is caught by Cooper Enoch. Breaks one tackle and run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That is another first down for the Panthers.
Pursuit by Jeb Thompson and Ryan Simons knock him out of bounds, but I tell you, he's another big, strong runner out there in the open field. Gets out of bounds, another stoppage of the clock. Still 2:12 to go, and this is seeming like an eternity here to get these last 3 minutes out.
All right, 42-yard line. Panthers go wide to both sides of the field. Single running back in behind Baker, and handoff to him. This time
Good
he's
defense.
nailed right at the line of scrimmage. Jeb Thompson wraps him up from behind.
Grant Kennedy and Wes Clagg actually hit him first low. Jeb wraps him up, no gain.
They'll go without a huddle. Inside 2 minutes remaining. 2nd and 10. And Phipps throws it out in the flat left side. It is caught and spin going out of bounds at the 48-yard line, far side of the field. Looks like he'll be just short of the first down.
Now they're going to mark him short. This is a terrible spot.
Dayton Counter knocks him out of bounds. It does stop the clock, but it'll be a second and just about a foot.
It's actually third down.
Third down and very short, but they're going to have to burn it down, maybe then a timeout just to get this first down. They got 2 opportunities. Be careful here. Play action pass.
Smith comes wide to the right. The lone receiver. And handoff to Baker. Baker hitting and bounces off, still on his feet, bouncing off again, and he has the first down at the 37-yard line.
Boy, he runs strong. Ran behind the left sideline, actually running inside to get the first down, bumps it to the outside, can turn the corner with speed, and Ryan Simets knocks him out of bounds.
37-yard line of the Ironmen with 1:34 to go, and you know, for Miami Trace, he got out of bounds to stop the clock so they don't have to use their timeouts. Now Phipps will take the short snap and look to the right, going deep down the far sideline, and it's well underthrown, and that will be incomplete around the 10-yard line.
Good coverage there by Christian Gillum. Actually, receiver wasn't open, but Phipps was going to just air it out and see if he can make a play on it. Ball didn't come out of his hand properly, so it falls incomplete.
That will stop the clock with 1:27 remaining before halftime. Again, we're tied 7-7. Those scores came in the first quarter. It's been a dogfight here in the second quarter. Both teams have had but lost. And now he sends a man in motion, and he'll keep it, fumbles the ball, and he'll go down for a loss back at the 38-yard line.
Rosler Clagg wrap him up. Ball wasn't cleanly handled. Phipps makes sure he drops on it as they get there to the football and tackle him for a loss. And they're going to take their second timeout.
And we'll do the same. 1:16 remains before half, and we'll be back right after this.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC. Equal.
You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Quarterback.
Empty backfield as they spread the field to both sides. And looking left, pumps once, now going over the middle, and this ball will be intercepted at the 7-yard line.
Ryan Simets just read that one like a center fielder would. Goes up in the air, makes the interception, falls at the 5-yard line. A lot of field for the Ironmen. They do have one timeout and 1:10 to go.
That ball underthrown by Phipps, but Simons there, as you called it, played center field and pulled it down.
His last 2 throws haven't come out cleanly out of his hand, and obviously you see the difference between his football in the air and Bodie Wolford's football in the air. But once again, he is a sophomore, pretty heady, but he has run the ball efficiently in this first half.
He has. All right, from their own 5-yard line.
Let's see what Coach Hall wants to do deep in his territory. He will get the ball to start the third quarter. You certainly don't want to make a mistake here.
Eli Ray comes wide left. Backs are split behind that unbalanced offensive line. And handoff straight up the middle. And breaking through and out, having the first down out to the 18-yard line.
Nice run in there by Gavin Seitz. Runs right behind the left guard. That's Colin Landrum. Griffin Leach breaks a tackle there. Breaks it out to the 19. Clock is running, but with a minute to go, the Ironmen have a little room now. Let's see what they're thinking.
C.J. Crabtree comes into the lineup. Bodie over the sideline talking to Coach Hall. Clock now down to 47 seconds. Woodard and Eli Ray in the slot right and also slot left. Looking over the left, and it is caught, and then going out of bounds is C.J. Crabtree with the reception. Picks up about 6 yards on that play, but more importantly stops the clock with 32.
Good hands by C.J. and alertness there to get out of bounds. Still have the one timeout, 32 seconds.
Give him a gain of 6 on that pitch and catch.
C.J. a nice long target out there.
Counter, Ray, Woodard wide right. Simets and Crabtree to the left. And Bodie Wolford throwing over the middle. Got it wide open at the 50. It's Dayton Counter with the reception. First down and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Beautiful pass. We've seen that one the last few weeks work for us. Now the Ironmen quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Clock running.
23 seconds, and Bodie Wolford will spike the ball to stop the clock with 21.8 seconds to go before half.
Good hustle by our offense to hustle down there all the way to the 45-yard line. We have some big linemen there, had to cover some ground to allow us to do it. 21 seconds left, one timeout. Ironman 45 yards away.
Pete, what'd you have him on that play?
That was a 30-yard play, or rather 25-yard play.
All right, here we go. Second and 10. Empty backfield again for the Ironmen. Trips left. Wolford has time, now runs, and he will keep it, turn it upfield, and he'll go out of bounds with 14 seconds to go after picking up the first down.
Todd Compston just sent a score in for us. Fort Recovery is ahead of Eastern, 19-6 with 3 minutes in the second quarter.
Ball is placed at the 35-yard line. 14 seconds to go.
Still have the timeout if we can make something happen. Remember, field goal range. Thatcher Brown has a leg. Need a little farther down the field.
Wolford looking left, throws it out in the flat. It is caught.
Nice.
And then stepping out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 9 seconds to go.
Same play to C.J. Crabtree, just the outcut. C.J. catches it, wisely gets out of bounds, stops the clock. Now you got to think, 9 seconds. We're looking at about a 45-yard field goal attempt.
And the Ironmen will play for it. 2nd and 3.
You could run something short again, and you still have the one timeout if you want to set that up. The other thought is pump fake and see if you can make a big play here.
All right, trips to the right. 2 out near the left side. And Wolford will look to throw, and he will step out of bounds with 3 seconds to go.
Heady play by a senior quarterback. Wanted to go deep into the end zone. Well covered, tucks, runs around the outside. Now we got an opportunity here with 3 seconds. And the Ironmen will use their last timeout and talk this over.
We'll stay right here as the ball will be placed at the 23-yard line. So that'll be
about a 40-yard kick.
Looks like it'll be a 40-yarder from the left hash mark.
This would be huge. As we said, the Ironmen get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. This would be quite the drive after the Ryan Simet's interception. This drive started on the 5-yard line.
Panthers drive started at their own 2, only to be intercepted at the opposite end of the field at the 5-yard line by Ryan Simet.
Patrick Brown, kind of fun to look there, the senior, but kind of walked out of the huddle, just trying to keep his thoughts in gear here.
C.J. Crabtree will hold right at the 30-yard line and make it a 40-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark to give the Ironmen a 3-point lead going into halftime. And now a timeout has been called by Miami Trace. I thought that was coming.
Nobody wants to take any timeouts at halftime. It's a pretty good call. Freeze him out a little bit, but you're talking about a young man, and we mentioned this, Dan Dobbins, a young man that is all-league in 2 sports in the same season.
Yes, isn't that amazing?
How unique is that? Honorable mention All-FAC in football, and certainly was a major factor on that outstanding record-breaking district championship soccer team we had this year under Coach Lee Lord.
It was fun to watch.
Yes, it was. It's been quite a fall for Jackson Athletics. Stay with us.
Athletics League Golfer of the Year, Aubrey Arnold.
Boys Golf Championship.
Yep, Boys Golf Champion. All right, here we go. Thatcher is ready.
Had the Girls Soccer League Player of the Year.
There's a little high on the snap, but it has
Plenty.
Got it up. It is good. 40-yard field goal, Thatcher Brown. He had lots of room to spare on that one. No doubter.
Distance wasn't going to be a factor. Got the direction and gives the Jackson Ironmen the 10-7 lead.
All right, the 2 teams head to the locker room. And, boy, what a first half. I really thought it was going to be a score fest when this game started, the way both teams were going.
We got Pete working diligently on statistics. Both teams moved the football. Both teams moved it deep from their own territory a couple times. Oh, there we're going to let some people try to pass through here. But, wow, what a hard-fought game, and it's exactly what you thought. 2 top teams in the Frontier Athletic Conference, the 2 most physical teams. Is that taking place out there today?
Yeah, it's a dogfight out there tonight. Well, we've reached halftime, so it's time for us to take a break. We'll be back as halftime activities continue. You're listening to Jackson Ironman Football.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Jordan Price and Emily Phelps, we proudly present to you the Miami Trace Marching Panther Pride. The Marching Panther Pride's new direct coach is Ellie Evans. The color guard instructors are Teresa Disney and Jalen Carr. The field commander of the Marching Panther Pride is Tamika Bennett. Tonight's halftime show is titled Evolution of Video Games, a musical journey through the worlds that shape generations of gamers. From classic consoles to pixel-powered adventures, the Panther Pride invites you to press start and play along. Our first level tonight celebrates a game that sparked an entire universe of imagination. Get ready to catch 'em all with the Pokemon theme. Next, we travel back to one of the most recognizable video game tunes of all time. Stack your blocks, clear your lines, and feel the rush of one of the most iconic game tunes in history, the Tetris theme. But wait, our story doesn't end there. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Panthers prowl in search of blood to terrorize the neighborhood. As the night falls this Halloween, the Panther Pride has one final chart that's simply to die for. So hold on to your seats because the Miami Trace Marching Panther Pride brings you the legendary Michael Jackson hit, Thriller.
Ryan Hurd. Assistant Directors, Keith Wilson, Mallory Wilson, and Mary Elizabeth Billman. Professional Intern, Mace Wise. Auxiliary Instructors, Sarah Harris, Ashley Taylor, and Aaron Carpenter. We present to you the Pride of Jackson, the Jackson High School Marching Ironmen! Next up, the energy surges with Kanye West's All of the Lights. This powerful anthem lights up the field with bold brass, driving percussion, and the unmistakable sound of the marching Ironmen. close out tonight's show, get ready for one of the most iconic rock hits of the 2000s, Mr. Brightside by the Killers. Feel the excitement as the Ironmen bring this anthem to life, celebrating the passion, pride, and bright future of the JMI class of 2026.
Housing lender.
Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance in Jackson offers tailored coverage for auto, home, renters, business, life, and more. Our friendly team makes insurance simple. Get expert advice and local service you can trust right here in your community.
Need furniture, appliances, electronics, mattresses? Jackson's Rent-to-Own has you covered. No credit checks, flexible payment plans, and fast delivery, so you can enjoy what you want when you want it. From big screen TVs to comfy sofas, brand name washers and dryers, and now a great selection of tires to keep you rolling. We make it easy to own the things you love. Come see us today at Jackson's Rent-to-Own, 427 East Main Street, where you get more for your money and a smile with every deal.
It's time to Rent-to-Own.
Craving bold flavor, Hometown Hibachi grows up sizzling steak, chicken, shrimp, and more with rice, noodles, veggies, and sushi rolls. Call 740-253-5275 or visit us at 319 Broadway Street in Jackson. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Hometown Hibachi. Hibachi done hometown style.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at beliciofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Dave's & Son Cleaning Service wants you to know that there is a simple solution to all your cleaning needs. Call Dave's & Son Cleaning Service at 286-4280. No, really, that's the solution. They don't cut corners, they clean them.
When your vehicle or semi finds itself stuck on the road, call the rescue team at Angles Garage and Wrecker Service, located at 10992 Chillicothe Pike in Jackson. Call Angles Garage and Wrecker Service at 577-3636. Let's hook up.
Need a ride for any occasion? Choose Jackson Transportation, serving Jackson County and beyond with safe, reliable, and affordable service since 1995. Call 740-288-2091 and arrive in style.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Are you looking for a reliable title company? Warranty Title Agency is a place you can trust. Whether you're closing on your first home or deed preparation, title exams, and more, Warranty Title Agency has got you covered. Stop by 227 East Main Street, Jackson, or call 740-286-2248.
When life throws you the unexpected, you need someone who knows the law and knows the community. From personal injury to criminal defense, family law to estate planning, John Clark has the experience you can trust. Call today, 740-286-4200, or visit.
You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-to-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Simet's in an I formation at the 15-yard line, so they basically can't kick it totally away from Ryan. You got to realize, though, how good Charlie is at returning, too. They both can make plays back there.
Disguising the kickoff return. Here's Thorman, and he will pooch it down the left side of the field, taking on the third hop at the 25-yard line. Now the Ironman return man out over the 30.
Fielded cleanly by Charlie. Push the pile a little bit to the 33-yard line. Let's see if the Ironman can take advantage of the deferring the kickoff, getting the ball the third, start the third quarter, and kicking a 40-yard field goal with 3 seconds left on the clock to end that first half.
From the right hash mark, it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. The Ironmen lead this game 10-7. They open up first play of the first series of this half. Empty backfield. Woodard and Ray wide to the left. And wanting to go left, now throwing it, and it will be intended for Charlie Woodard. Pass was high and falls incomplete as Cooper Hicks had the coverage.
I think Bodie wanted to tuck and run around the end, didn't. That was almost a throwaway over Charlie intentionally, not to take a loss, not to get Charlie broke totally in half.
Yeah, that would have done it.
Yes.
Stops the clock. 11:48 remains third quarter. 2nd and 10. Backs will line up on the hip of Bodie Warder on the left side, and it's Simons. He gets the call.
Good cut.
Breaks away. He's at the 40, down the far sideline, 50, and run out of bounds in Miami Trace territory.
Jackson has made hay behind the right side of that offensive line. Griffin Leach, Jacob Allen, Seth Taylor getting the blocks over there. Great cut as Ryan Simons gets past the line of scrimmage, cuts it to the outside, and takes it into Panther territory.
20-yard run there by Ryan Simons puts him up to 64 yards. That's the same total as Julian Baker right now.
All right, Eli Ray wide right, Charlie Woodard left side. From the shotgun formation, Wolford with a new set of downs. Sends Simons in motion. And he'll want to pass. Looking, going over the middle, wide open, and incomplete. One to the tight end, Jake Gallagher, open around the 30-yard line.
Just over the outstretched fingertips of the 6'3" freshman. He had a little bit of space there. Well executed play. 2nd and 10. Boy, the Ironmen on that last drive that got the field goal, the 40-yard field goal, threw the ball nicely. The one big pass to Dayton Counter was huge, but really picked it up and down the sideline with the throws to C.J. Crabtree there. Ironmen coming out with one good running play, but trying to throw the ball a little bit here.
2nd and 10. Eli Ray comes in motion from right to left, and delayed handoff. It will go to Simons, and he will get close to the 45-yard line. Short gain of 2 yards. Bring up 3rd down and long.
Big guy Adam Guthrie in on that play. He did not get fooled.
He's getting up slow.
A little bit slow. I think it's just because he's huge. 6'8", 295, I think is the last I saw. They don't have their weights in the program, but he's right in that 300-pound area.
Just a baby.
Yeah. One of the outstanding FAC basketball players also.
He has very good skill.
Yes.
All right, 3rd and long for the Ironmen. Ball at the Trace 46-yard line. 4 wide receivers left, and Ryan Simons on the sweep left side, caught in the backfield, but eludes that, and he'll cross the 45 down to about the 43-yard line, and that'll make a 4th and manageable, about 6 yards.
Let's see what they're doing. It looks like we're sending in Thatcher Brown to punt the football. You're in the part of the field. If we have a fake, this would be an area you could maybe utilize that. Let's see. Gavin Seitz is the up blocking back. Would be nice to bury the Panthers back deep.
And he will boot it away, going nice
what a kick.
As it will bounce
sideways.
Nearly dies at the 1-yard line, but goes in for the touchback.
Beautiful spiral kick, and you know what? It wasn't far from being right there inside the 1. Pete.
43-yard punt is what Thatcher gets on that one, and had Cooper Enix coming at him there late, but he got it away cleanly, and so Miami Trace turns the first Jackson drive away, which did get into Trace territory, and so now Trace will get a chance from its own 20.
With 10 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Jackson maintains the 10-7 lead.
Boy, are points precious tonight. Jackson defense out there holding this Trace team to 7 points in that first half.
They'll break the huddle with Phipps in that quarterback, standing in that shotgun. And back to Enix, and Enix fumbles the football.
Did they blow it down? Doggone it, they're whistling it dead.
Ball came out at the 25. The Ironmen fall on it, but they're going to say the ball was down. Well, Miami Trace grew a break there.
That was close.
It'll be
Official
a game.
Immediately blew it dead, but we recovered it easily, and that would have been a very short field.
Yeah. Gain of 3 on that first down run. Smith comes wide to the right side for Miami Trace. Second and a long 6. And quarterback keeps it, and he's upended at the 27-yard line. Good tackle in there by the Ironmen.
Tackle by Ryan Simets from his free safety position. Comes a long way and really hits him pretty hard there.
It's third and a long 3.
Okay, we have a score update. It's Cincinnati McNicholas now taking the lead again, 14-10 over London in the third quarter.
Wow.
They got a dogfight going. We have one here at Alumni Stadium, and what a big play this one is.
Third and a long 3 for the Ironmen, or for the Miami Trace Panthers. And it will be handoff right up the middle and getting out to the 30. I think he has the first down.
He does. Charlie Woodard with the tackle.
Julian Baker picks up 3 of the necessary yards, and that'll move the chains. 8:35 to go.
It's awful hard to keep a young man as strong as Julian Baker. Remember, he has 2,005 yards coming into tonight's contest in 10 games. He missed a game. That's 200 yards a game. Pretty special.
Yes, averaging right at 200.5 yards per contest. First and 10. And Phipps will hand off, and good job as the defense brings him down. Had him wrapped up behind the line, but he gets back to about the line and then a forward progress of a yard.
That's Charlie Woodard coming actually from his backside outside linebacker position and wraps him up in the backfield. They give him a 1-yard gain, but a big play by the senior, all FAC player. Big time tackle for Charlie there.
Second and 9 for Miami Trace. Phipps in the gun. Pistol formation right or left, and the keeper by Phipps. He's going to be wrapped up as he crosses the 35-yard line.
Jeb Thompson with the good pursuit. Phipps trying to run that option and keep it. He wraps him up. He does cross the 35 to the 36. Another big third down play here for the Panthers and the Ironman defense.
Phipps picked up 4 yards on that play. Now it's third down and 6. The ball at the 36. Phipps will stand in the shotgun, call for the snap, hands off to Enix. Enix left side, breaks it out, and he picks up the first down. Had him stopped initially in the backfield, but the Enix Power, Enix Cooper with the extra effort to give the Panthers a first down.
He is a load, very special player for Trace. Dayton Counter makes the tackle, or he might still be running toward the end zone. About the last man to have a shot at him.
First and 10, ball at their own 42-yard line. And the option and pitch out to the left, to the right side, and stopping Julian Baker for no gain. Like Tate Rosler in there to hit him first.
It was. Good support there also by Ashton Seymour, getting some snaps from the outside linebacker position. Really got outside there quickly with the pursuit, wrap him up, and it is no gain. Second and 10. Ironman on both times on this possession have played 2 great downs, and then Panthers have been able to convert 2 third downs to keep this drive alive.
Right now it's second and 10 with a rapidly moving third quarter, 5:50 remaining. Phipps, pistol formation, hands off. Left side, they fake it. Downfield, wide open, and he has to come back for the ball. Now he takes off down the sideline, and he's run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Took a glance, no flags thrown. Very similar play they ran in the first half. Nobody near him as they have a good play action fake in the backfield. Phipps able to lay that one up. If he hits him in stride, it's an easy walk-in touchdown.
The only problem was he had to come back for the football a few yards, and then he was very close to having a knee down as he caught the ball.
Yeah, Christian Gillum did a heck of a job with his backside pursuit to get to the man and gets him tackled. So it's going to be a first and goal for right at the 10-yard line.
From the left hash mark. Phipps will Hand off to Baker. Baker left side. Going to be stopped around the 6 or 7 yard line.
Let's see who gets up off a pile. There's a bunch of Ironmen involved in that one. Right at the bottom of the pile. Won't show me his number. I think it was Wes Clegg underneath all that.
Well, Miami Trace threatening to take the lead here in the third quarter. Their first possession. The Ironmen lead at 10-7.
Second and goal from the 7.
Smith comes wide right. Phipps will hand off to Baker. It goes right side. They're reaching in and making the first initial stop was Wes Clegg, and then wrapped up nicely by Charlie Woodard.
Dayton counter even on the bottom of that pile. Christian Gillum getting up. A lot of the Ironmen.
And now a third down and goal from the 6 yard line.
Remember, Trace's only touchdown was on a 4th down from the 5, so I would expect him to be thinking 2 snaps here.
Slot to the right side. Westendall's in the slot to the right side, and they run a option to the right side, pass into the end to Cooper Enix, and he is denied the end zone. It'll bring up 4th and goal from the 3.
Once again, play action fake, rolling to his right, hits Enix, gets knocked out of bounds inside the 5 by Ryan Simets. Heady play there. So this is huge. 4th down and 3, and Enix is really coming back gingerly to the huddle.
Line of scrimmage will be, sure, they have just outside the 2.
He's a tough young man. I'll tell you what, he was banged up last week, but Coach Hall barking orders, I think might have been talking a little bit to the officials also. I don't think he was in total agreement with them, but here is a huge play in this football game.
For the lead, Miami Trace, 4th and goal. And handoff, Baker, no signal, touchdown Miami Trace, and they take the lead for the first time tonight. One to go over the left side, and it was hard fight.
Yeah, it was. It stood him up pretty well, but he's just got a lot of strength, and he was able to push the pile just enough to cross the end zone.
So Miami Trace leads it now 13-10. 3:59 remains on the third quarter clock.
They barely eked in their extra point. Every point here is precious.
Thurman. Austin Brown is the holder. Better snap. This kick is up. It's good. 14-10. Miami Trace takes the lead, and we'll be back with more third quarter action right after this.
When life throws you the unexpected, you need someone who knows the law and knows the community. At John Clark Law in Jackson, they'll fight for your rights, protect your interest, and guide you through life's toughest challenges. From personal injury to criminal defense, family law to estate planning, John Clark has the experience you can trust. Call today, 740-286-4200, or visit 221 East Main Street in Jackson. That's John Clark Law. Local experience, trusted results.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make some important financial decisions. Be sure to include your retirement plans. I'm Chad Niddle, your Edward Jones financial advisor. I'd like to help. Call me at 740-
.359 remains in this third quarter. Miami Trace with the 14-10 lead.
12 plays, 80 yards, but the big 38-yard pass put them down there on the 10-yard line. They were able to punch it in. Took 4 plays, but they did it.
Oh, the Ironmen will great field position as they try to squib it, and it is recovered by the Ironmen at the 50-yard line.
By number 50. That is Jared McLeod. Great job fielding that. Gives us excellent field position. They have squibbed the last 3 kicks, but that time when a front lineman can drop on it like that, boy, we got a short field. Mark it at the 50.
All right, 1st and 10 Jackson. On the right hash mark as they go towards the scoreboard.
This is truly a playoff atmosphere, isn't it, in this game?
Yes,
Hard fought. Precious points.
All right. The Ironmen send a man in motion. That's Simons. Empty backfield now for Wolford, and a penalty flag comes in as the Ironmen may be penalized for procedure.
Little flinch there. It's going to back them up 5 yards. Every yard so critical. How unique is it, the game of interest for us, which is McNichols and London? It is the same score, 14-10 at the moment. McNichols leading the number 1 seed, London. Trace, the number 5 seed, 4 points ahead of the number 4 seed in the Ironmen.
All right, the Ironmen 1st and 15. Ball back to their own 45. High snap. Bodie pulls it down. He'll try to get around the end right side, but Miami Trace there to drop him for a 1-yard loss back to the 44-yard line.
Julian Baker able to wrap up Bodie, bring him down for a yard loss. The Ironmen now with a quick 2nd and 16 situation after the great field position.
Seth Taylor got up a little slow on that play as well. Clock down to 3:30. It's moving. Ironmen need a big play, 16 yards. There's a snap. He's looking left. Now looking right, going over the middle. Wide open, incomplete at the 35-yard line.
Eli Davis on his little pattern coming right over the pass, just out of his reach, and that would have been a big gainer.
He may have still been running too.
Yep.
Well, it brings up a 3rd and 16. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Miami Trace with the 14-10 lead. Now Ryan Simons will go right. Slot to the left side for the Ironmen. And wants a quick pass out in the flat. It is caught by Simons, but the Miami Trace defense had it well figured out, and he's dropped for a loss. And that brings up a punting situation.
Short field, big penalty before the Ironmen got their first snap. Couldn't overcome the penalty yards. Couple good defensive plays by Trace. We kind of faked a screen over here to this side, threw back to the short side of the field, and Trace read it beautifully, and so the Ironmen will be forced to punt.
Well, they went backwards on this series of plays, so Thatcher Brown stands at his 29-yard line to punt it away.
Thatcher's had 2 beautiful punts tonight.
Referee over on the far sideline. Now we're ready for play. 4th and 16. Snap. Another good boot. Man, it goes over the head, and it will go inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10. Nice punt by Thatcher Brown. They'll bury Miami Trace deep in their own territory, but we have a penalty marker thrown at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be holding. It looks like he pointed toward the defense. This could get interesting.
15-yard penalty.
It's against.
That's a spot
Miami
foul.
Trace.
So that should give Jackson.
Is it just going to be half the distance then from the 9? It's only going to end up being about a 4-yard penalty. 4.5 yards.
All right.
Well, what was the other one? A sideline warning in which they penalized him also?
Must have been their
or was
second.
it on? They're marking it at the 10-yard line. Let's see where they're going to mark it down to the 4.5, and then they're going to go half the distance again. It's going to mark it back inside the 3-yard line. Back-to-back penalties for Trace on the same play. Both are half the distance.
Well, they'll start 1st and 10 at their own, just outside their own 2-yard line.
Brown does get credit for a 47-yard punt there.
They have
no
a
return.
What a night he's having kicking the football.
Miami Trace with the 14-10 lead and the ball. still in the huddle. Trey shuttling in some new players, and here's a whistle ready for play. From their own end zone. Quarterback takes a snap, and it'll play action over the middle, and it's incomplete, and a marker thrown.
That's a tough call.
Looked like Ryan Simons was run into by the receiver.
Yep.
And
it was a pass he had no opportunity to catch. And that is going to get the home crowd a little bit wound up.
15-yard penalty will move the ball out to the 17-yard line and a first down.
Bodies collided. Pass was not even near being catchable. Receiver kind of ran right into Ryan, who had him well covered. That's a tough call.
2:22 to go. New set of downs for the Miami Trace Panthers. Phipps stands and hands it straight up the middle, and breaking one tackle and then brought down after he crosses the 20.
Nice.
Simonson on that tackle for the Ironmen.
Well, nice play there by actually Tate Rosler, gets him wrapped up on that one. Tate going with, there's some big bodies out there, both offensive lines. Tate kind of works his way between all those and brings him down.
2nd and 4. Ironmen need a stop. Only 1:45 remains in this third quarter. They trail by 4. There's Baker trying to get to the corner, and the Ironmen this time do a nice job of bringing him down. Just get past the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a long one.
Maybe closer to 2. Another one of those big 3rd down plays. Trace has been able to convert most of them. They have the 14-10 lead. We're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter. This is another big play. Can the defense come up with something here?
Aaron Phipps, a sophomore quarterback. Stands in the shotgun, hands off right over the middle.
Oh, what a tackle.
Undercut was Baker. Good tackle there.
Ryan Simets comes from that free safety position like a missile. Really nails him on the tackle.
Is just enough to move the chains. Now the Miami Trace Panthers have a new set of downs.
They have converted big 3rd down plays this second half, Pete.
They have Baker now 20 carries, 86 yards. He's earning them, but he's getting them.
How many times has Mr. Baker and Mr. Simets met today?
Quite a few.
Yes.
Only 35 seconds to go in the quarter as Phipps takes the snap and hands off to Baker. And he dives over his left guard for a short gain of 2 on the play.
Tate Rosler, another play from that inside linebacker position.
Pretty good spot. A gain of about almost 3 yards.
Tate, a sophomore, has such a nose for the football. There we go. That's the end of 3 quarters.
3 quarters are going to be in the books, and the Miami Trace Panthers lead the Ironmen 14-10. We'll be back with 4th quarter action after this.
221 East Main Street in Jackson. Looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the local pros at Red Apple Realty. They know Jackson and Ohio like the back of their hand, and they want to make your move smooth, simple, and successful. From first homes to forever homes, farms to fixer-uppers, they have the keys to your next chapter. If it's residential, commercial, or you're looking for land, their agents will search statewide for whatever you need. Call Red Apple Realty today at 740-577-3600 or visit redapplerealtyllc.com.
At JM Cycles in Jackson, Ohio, we keep your ride running right. From dirt bikes and ATVs to full street builds, we've got the parts, service, and passion to back it up. Stop by 12444 State Route 139 or call 740-286-0344. JM Cycles, your ride, our mission.
You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Welcome back to Jackson Ironman football. 14-10, Miami Trace leads the Ironmen as we open up this fourth quarter of play. Jansen Smith splits wide to the right side. Phipps will hand off to Baker. Baker right side, picks up about 5. He's out over the 35 to the 37-yard line. He'll need 2.
CJ Crabtree, strong safety, hits him low, brings him down, but once again, another big third down play.
This one a full 2 yards for Miami Trace.
Baker's so hard to stop when
Christian
third and
Gillen on
shorts.
Smith out there on the lone receiver. And here's Baker. We're straight up the middle. He's got the first down across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Another
wrapped up by Eli Davis, but Baker with his strength falls forward.
Baker just shy of the 100-yard mark now, 23 carries for 99 yards.
1st and 10. New line of scrimmage is their own 42-yard line. The Ironmen have just not had possessions in this second half.
It's hard to get it out of Miami Trace's hands at the moment.
And here's a handoff right up the middle. And
good first down snap.
Yep. And get out to the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. Gain of about 1, maybe 2 on that play.
Charlie Woodard, Grant Kennedy do a good job there. Hold them to about 1.5 yards. Got to get them out of those 3rd and 2s. Got to give credit, their offensive line playing very well here in this second half. They're not doing a whole lot fancy except for the big play that set up the touchdown, which is faking the triple option and then the throw out of it.
See what the Panthers dial up on 2nd and 9. Smith wide to the left, and the option,
get him,
in trouble, and they throw it out, and it will be ruled an incomplete pass, but Charlie Woodard had his arms wrapped around the quarterback.
Yeah, he almost brought Phipps down. Phipps throws it out to the flats, and it's only about 1 yard progression on the pass, but it makes it an incomplete pass opposed to a live football.
Well, there's your wish. The Ironmen got out of the 3rd and 2. It's now 3rd and 9.
Do I get 2 wishes? We need a stop.
I'll give you 3.
Okay. We need a stop badly here. Crowd getting it into this play. They know how big it is.
Wide outs to both sides for Trace. Empty backfield. Darren Phipps in the shotgun alone, and now Miami Trace will use a timeout. And we'll be back with more Jackson Ironmen football right after this.
Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Call today for a free estimate, 740-418-6140.
Hi, my name is Isaac Slark.
I'm Max Gentry.
And I'm Dan Neff.
Together, we founded Southern OHSAA, a nonprofit helping students in need.
We work in 28 school buildings to identify students in need of a new pair of shoes, then deliver shoes to those students to help them learn, play, and grow confidently.
Since our beginning in 2023, we've been able to donate nearly 400 pairs of brand name sneakers. Without support from our community, this simply wouldn't be possible.
Scan the QR code or visit www.southernohsas.com to donate today.
You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Play action. He's in, has a lot of pressure. Now he'll take off and run, and he's stopped short of the first down.
Wes Clegg hustles up as Phipps finds a little seam there, does pick up positive yards, but Clegg brings him down, and it looks like they're bringing the punt team out. It's a 4th down and 4 situation.
With the ball at their own 48-yard line, they lead the game by 4.
Once again, the punter is the quarterback. You must be aware. Well,
now they're going to line up.
They're looking like they're playing for it.
They
now they'll
typically
drop
do
back.
yeah,
Yes.
drop in punting formation. Phipps with just a 10-yard drop. See if the Ironman can get to him. Ooh, Charlie Woodard with pressure.
Yes, he was close.
This is a good kick, and it will go dead inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line.
Wow.
Boy, both punters have been excellent at pinning.
What would you say? Charlie missed getting a hand on that punt by maybe a couple inches.
Was close.
Yes, and now the punt gets the great roll for the Panthers, and we are facing about 98.5 yards to go.
Give Mr. Phipps a 51-yard punt.
That's huge, huge.
Well, just outside the 1-yard line.
Cody Wooford taking direction from Coach Hall as he jogs out to the huddle.
14-10 your score. The clock now becoming a factor. 8:58 remaining.
We need to change field position here some way.
Ironmen come the line of scrimmage, double tight ends, everybody. And handoff over the right side, trying to get some breathing room and moving it out to the 5-yard line after a gain of 3. Was Ashton Seymour.
Seymour with the run, does fall forward, gives us a little bit more room.
The clock is not running, it has stopped. And now the clock is starting.
Gavin Seitz reports into the huddle for the Ironmen.
10. The Ironmen the second down and 7. Ball at the 5-yard line. Same formation, everybody in tight. Wolford has split backs and hands off up the middle. And out to the races. Ryan Simons, 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. Nobody's going to catch him. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Jackson.
Big play, Ryan Simons. Offensive line, a great hole at the point of attack. Ryan with the cut toward the Miami Trace sideline. It becomes a foot race, and he gains on all pursuit.
95 yards and a score.
How big was that after that punt? We needed 98.5 yards. You know what? We just got it.
And the Ironmen retake the lead.
Second touchdown of the night for big play Ryan Simets.
Here's a big play right here, the all-important extra point. Kick is on the way. This one's good by Thatcher Brown. And the Ironmen lead it by 3. A break in the action. We'll be back right after this.
Martin & Associates is your local connection to buying and selling real estate. They have a team of great agents ready to help you not only find a property, but actually buy it. There are a lot of steps involved in buying or selling real estate, and it's important to work with an agent you trust to guide you through. ERA Martin & Associates with offices in Jackson and Wellston, wishing all of our local athletes great success.
Every home is part of a chapter in your life story. Whether it's your first home, a place in your growing family, or an empty nester cottage, I'm here for you. From my team to yours, go Ironmen.
It's that time of year again. It's football season. Stop in and see us at the Sherwood-Falks Insurance Agency to learn more about Ohio Mutual. We can help you select the right coverage for your needs. Call us today at 740-286-1708 or visit us on the web at SherwoodInsurance.com.
You've been watching the Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Thatcher Brown lines up to kick off with 8:13 remaining in the game. Here's the kick, and they kind of pooch it down the center of the field, taken at the 16-yard line. And now breaking some tackles, and little seam there, but it closes quickly at the 35-yard line.
looked dangerous for a moment, but Cade Gomez wraps him up and brings him down. Cade, a freshman, certainly been a factor on those kickoff teams this year.
Second tackle on the kickoff return tonight for him.
You know, we've talked about Clemson's going to probably get a good one, and Adam Guthrie, I'll tell you who's also getting a good one is Charlotte. College of Charlotte, because we ran right behind Jacob Allen, Griffin Lee, Seth Taylor that side. Good hold to point of attack for Mr. Simets. Then his great cut, and then outrunning the pursuit. What an exciting play that was.
All right. 1st and 10 for Phipps and the Panthers. Here's a handoff straight up the middle. He's breaking loose. All the way, 40, 30. It's Julian Baker, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Wow, does that take the air out of you? I'm looking for a flag, was hoping and praying. None out there on the turf. Baker just goes into a pile in the middle of the line, and he explodes through there.
I was going to say it looked like they had him stopped.
Yes.
Lots of bodies there, and all of a sudden he breaks wide open and goes the distance to regain the lead for his Miami Trace Panthers.
What shows his strength. You're not going to arm tackle that young man.
Thurman will attempt the extra point to give the Miami Trace Panthers a 4-point lead. And it is up. It is good. 21-17. Back-to-back big plays. Oh, my.
Oh, my is right. By two of the very, very best in Southeast Ohio, and Ryan Simets and Julian Baker. But wow, Pete Wilson, that did not take long.
One play, 65 yards. We know that Baker has that capacity. It's been just his bull strength, getting 3 to 6 yards per pop most of the time. But he broke through there. One Jackson player maybe had a chance to catch him, but didn't do it.
No, he's got too much straight ahead speed. Once he broke in the secondary, you're not going to run him down, as Panthers did not run down Ryan Simets. Well, hey, playoff football. The excitement level in this one's a 10, folks. The only problem is we find ourselves down 4 with under 8 minutes to go at 7:55.
The Ironmen need a touchdown as Thurman gets set to kick off for the Panthers. Neither team wanting to kick to their threats. So see what he does this time. Thurman will squib it right side, and it goes out of bounds around the 32-yard line.
Does that mark it at the 35
it draws
for the
a penalty
Ironmen?
and moves the ball to the 35, yes.
They got it marked at the 33 right now, but I think they'll correct that. And they do. Or do they moving it up to the 40? They're marking it at the 38-yard line right now.
5-yard penalty for out of bounds. It went out of the 33.
Right, and they're marking off 5 yards from the 33. Don't quite understand that, but we'll play from there. Pretty good field position. The Ironmen find themselves down for the second time in this contest.
No one in the backfield except Wolford standing in the gun. And wants to act. He keeps it. Did the fake as he was going to pass it quickly to the right side, but tucked it back in. He picks up 4 yards.
5 wide, and that one's purely a quarterback draw play. Good first down play by Bodie. Bodie ran very well early on in this contest.
7:30 remains now in the game as Ironmen trail Miami Trace 21-17. No one in the backfield. Here's Wolford looking to pass, throwing it upfield, and the ball incomplete at the 49-yard line.
Threw that one a little bit low and behind C.J. Crabtree. Goes incomplete. Stops the clock at 7:16, and the Ironmen now face a very big third down play.
Different personnel shuffling into the lineup on this third down play, but they need 6 to keep this going.
Ironmen going with some big bodies up front. We're seeing Brett Davis in there, 6'2", 320 pounds. Now he's coming back out. They changed their mind.
All
See
right.
what the Ironmen can come up with.
From the left hash mark, play clock down to 6. And Wolford takes the snap. Little play action. It's got Charlie Woodard open. Now wanting to throw it down, and it will be broken up. Had to wait a little too long, and then Charlie was then covered, but it falls incomplete at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Bodie threw that right around 50 yards in the air, but a little bit short. The ball deflected up in the air, and Trace actually had a chance there to maybe intercept it, but it goes as incomplete. 4th down, and
now with 7:06 remaining, the Ironmen line up in punting formation. Trace is not buying it, no one deep.
we've still got 3 timeouts. I just feel like the Ironmen do punt this one.
And a timeout has to be used by Jackson. That kind of hurts. 7:06 now. The Ironmen down to 2 timeouts remaining.
Unless we had a fake planned, and then Trace not going to, put anybody deep, and you don't want to lose a fake opportunity there and give them a very short field. The Ironmen are huddled up now around Coach Hall. Probably going to have to punt it away. Count on our defense to get the Panthers off the field. We'll still have 2 timeouts, as does Miami Trace.
7:06 remaining. As 2 teams huddled around both their coaching staffs. This game close to what the first meeting between these two, as far as moving the ball up and down the field. The scoring hasn't been there.
Well, both teams know each other very well.
Yep.
And I think both teams have each other scouted very well, and both teams are very good football teams.
The Ironmen are going to play for it. It's 4th and 6.
Okay.
Coach Hall decides to go for it. 4 out wide to the right side. Wolford looking to pass, throwing it over the middle, slant pass, and it's incomplete. One to go on a little slant pass. Looked like the intended receiver was C.J. Crabtree, and it falls incomplete, and Miami Trace takes over at the Ironmen 42-yard line.
Well, now we put a little more pressure on the defense. They got to find a way to get the Panthers off the field. Pete Wilson on that drive.
Ironmen did not get any first downs, got 4 yards on the first play, but then 3 incomplete passes, and so Miami Trace takes over just about at the 42-yard line. Jackson does have 2 timeouts left. Coach Hall feeling like he just didn't want to give the ball back to Miami Trace.
7:01 to go. Jackson trails by 4. Phipps in the shotgun, and he'll hand to Baker. Baker, and coming left side, started up the middle, cut back to the left. He's brought down.
Dayton counter, Eli Ray wrap him up, bring him down, but Baker
picks up 6, almost
showing
6.
His mettle. He's just so tough in there between the tackles, and that one explosive run. We've done a great job on him. Take away that one run. It's almost that way 3 weeks ago. He had that 70-yard run to open up that contest, first play of the game.
Yeah, first play. This one a little tight, back and forth. Each team have had 2 different leads. Phipps will hand off to Baker, turn to the corner right side, and draws a host of red jerseys to bring him down short of the first down. That was gang tackling.
Yeah, most of the Ironmen were on there. C.J. Crabtree got there maybe first and had a bunch of help on that one, but here we go, Dan. 3rd and a short 2. 5:50 running clock on the 34-yard line of Jackson.
Ball placed on the right hash mark. Jansen Smith wide right. Pistol formation. And now a marker, and procedure is called against Miami Trace.
That one hurt the Ironmen earlier in this half. That one's going to hurt Trace. Now instead of 3rd and a short 2, it's 3rd and a short 7.
A little different play call, perhaps.
Yep.
Stay in the huddle. Nobody shuttled in a play. Perhaps there are signals for that, but see what they come up with. Enoch's in the slot here on the left side. Phipps on the 3rd and 7. And handoff to Baker, and he will be stopped short of the first down, just inside the 35-yard line.
That's a very big 6 yards. They'll play for this. 4th down and a long one. And I don't think Trace is going to take a chance on punting it with the success their line has had, giving Baker at least a few yards most carries. Boy, this is where we need somebody to step up and make a play.
Yeah, a punt only nets you 14 yards if it goes in the end zone.
If it goes in the end zone, yep.
All right, Smith to the right side. 4.5 to go. The Ironmen need a stop. And it will be Baker, and he dives. It's going to be close.
Boy, Wes Clegg hits him low. Baker dives forward. Boy, it is going to be real close. Eli Ray thinks it's Jackson.
Looks like he got a pretty good spot by the officials.
Well, did he? It is going to be really close. The football's inside of the 33-yard line, but so is the distance needed.
They're going to bring the chains on, and we'll have a measurement.
Wow.
Clock down to 4:21 remaining. Miami Trace.
This is going to be so close.
Jackson
football. Wes Clegg, what a play by that senior defensive lineman. And I mean, if it's short, it was short by an inch or two.
So Jackson takes over, trailing by 4 with 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the game.
Pete Wilson, how big was that?
Well, Jackson got what they had to have. Improbable as it was, the way Miami Trace was moving the ball in 4-down territory, but now with 4:21 to go and 2 timeouts, this is when the game will be decided.
Backs are split behind that offensive line. 2 tight ends, little counter action, and Simon's crossing the 35 out to the 37-yard line.
Kind of the same play that went for 95 yards earlier in this 4th quarter.
He picks up about 5.
Ooh, crossing action in the backfield. Ryan making a good cut. Plenty of time. Clock running. They're at 4 minutes, 2 timeouts. But this is the drive. There's no more punting.
Yep. 2 tight end set. Backs are split. Wolford pitches left to Simon. Getting around the corner. He's got the first down across the 50 and run out of bounds in Miami Trace territory. Good play, Ryan Simon.
Pitch to the wide side, short side of the field. Jay Sturgill with a good block. Ryan cuts off of it, gets us into Panther territory.
At the 48-yard line.
We know what an athlete Ryan Simons is, but my gosh, he should be tired. He doesn't leave the field.
Only on kickoffs, I believe.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Not kickoff returns.
No. All right, 1st and 10, Jackson. 3:40 remains. Counter action in the backfield.
Good block.
Play. Ryan Simons picking up good yardage chunks. That time he picks up 5.
That time we pulled Jay Sturgill from the backside. He just pancakes one of the defenders, and I believe it was Julian Baker. Big guy with a good block. Clock now is still running. 3:20 on a running clock.
Need a touchdown. Field goal will not do any good for the Ironmen. They trail by 4. They'll work out of the eye this time. As Brody Wolford, little play action.
Look here,
got
look
his tight
here,
end open, and he throws it, and it's incomplete.
Well, I will say Panther secondary recovered nicely because Jacob Gallagher got behind him for a second, but they converted quickly, closed in, and kept that opportunity from taking place.
Jackson contingent of fans here wanted pass interference, but did not get the call. Now bring up a 3rd down and 5 now.
As much contact on that one as the one they got on Ryan, but that's here and there at this moment. Under 3 minutes does stop the clock. 2:58. Ironmen have 2 shots to keep this drive going. Need 5 yards.
Under center is, here's a counter play. Back to Simons. He breaks around and it's going to be close.
Boy, this is going to be close where the lineman is marking it. Right at the first down yardage needed. I think the mark's going to give it to the Ironmen, but they're probably going to have to measure this one.
The clock is stopped. They'll take a look. And I think they're going to bring the chains in.
Once again, Hank McClurg on his last game, unless we would be here next week. We honored him week 10. That was neat. 90-year-old member of the chain gang.
46 years. And they stretch it out, and it is first down Jackson.
The last two measurements have been in favor of the Ironmen.
Now the Ironmen have 2:51 to work with, trailing by 4. Ball now at the 38-yard line of Miami Trace.
See if the Ironmen can take advantage before they start the clock. Nope, they start it. We're still in the huddle. We could have been up there quickly, but Bodie was still getting the play call from the sideline.
See what they come up with. They have Simons in the backfield. And handoff will go to Gavin Seitz. Gavin Seitz has a first down straight up the middle. I think they were working on Simons and the King on him, and Gavin Seitz picks up 12.
How about the blocking there from Griffin Leach, senior center. Gavin Seitz explodes. We're inside the 30, mark at the 27.
All
Clock
right.
running.
2:15. Wolford comes to the sidelines, now trots back on the field. Jackson trailing by 4.
Got a little bit of equipment. There we go.
All right.
Colin Landrum getting his equipment controlled there. He's on the line.
Wolford under center. He hands off to Simons. Simons dives across the line of scrimmage and down inside the 25-yard line.
Surprisingly, Julian Baker wraps him up. Looked like there was a hole at the point of attack. Once again, two of the best players in the league meet.
Ironmen with 2 timeouts remaining have not utilized one now with 1:35 remaining on the clock. From the 24-yard line. Baxton and I, and a pitch here in the near side of the field. Simons trying to get to the corner, and he cuts it in and down at the 20-yard line. Now the clock down to 1:10.
Quickly get the play call in to Bodie Wolford. Ironman picking up the pace a little bit as the clock ticks down. 1:01, 1 minute. Still 2 timeouts.
21-yard line. The Ironman split backs and handoff to Seitz. He's got the first down, and that will stop the clock long enough to move the chains at 47 seconds.
Let's see if the Ironmen want to rush into this or take a timeout and talk it over. They're moving the chains. 47 seconds. They are going to take a timeout and bring it to the sideline.
All right, timeout on the field. Jackson trails Miami Trace 21-17, and we'll be back after this.
That old tree in your yard, it's not just an eyesore, it's a threat. One strong wind and it's coming down. Call Oaks Tree Service before it's too late. From tree removal and trimming to storm cleanup, emergency response, and dangerous limb removal, they do it all. Locally owned, fully insured, and available 24/7, serving Jackson and all surrounding areas. Call 740-637-2654 now. One bad storm can bring it down. Call Oaks before it hits the ground.
96.7 WKOV.
47 seconds to go. That's all that remains in this game. And the Ironmen looking at a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line.
1 timeout left in our pocket. It is first down. We're in the red zone.
From the 16.
We can still run it and stop the clock, but we got to be thinking maybe a little bit, trying to get the ball up in the air.
Backs are split behind that offensive line. Simons goes in motion.
1-on-1 out here.
Bodie rolls to the right, and he'll step out of bounds to stop the clock. No gain on the play, but he does stop the clock. He wanted to go one-on-one with Simons down in the right corner.
Pretty good coverage there by their cornerback. Bodie tucks and runs, picks up one, maybe, but ball marked at the 16-yard line. It does stop the clock.
Jackson sends in new personnel on this play. Play clock down to 15. They need to get this one going. It'll be C.J. Crabtree and Eli Ray out wide to the right, or left. Simons here at the near side of the field. Back to pass. Bodie going into the end zone. And Simons, he's got it! Touchdown! Ryan Simons catches it on his back, and the Ironmen have taken the lead.
Big play, Ryan Simons. Beautiful touch pass. Bodie Woodford. Offensive line gave him time. Find your best two players, put the ball in their hands. Good things usually happen. It just did. "35 seconds. Remember, Trace still has 2 timeouts.
16-yard touchdown pass.
This extra point is huge with a 2-point lead. We need to keep it 3.
Crabtree will hold, and the kick on the way. Right down the middle. 24-21 with just 35 seconds to go. What a game.
Wow, we have done some classics in these playoff games. This one's going to rank right up there with the best of the best. Pete Wilson, tell us about that drive.
Well, you're going to have to let me count it up, sir.
Okay, we'll give you a moment.
Montgomery Trucking in Wellston informs listeners the truck driving industry is one of our country's most vital assets. For long and short haul or for a better estimate, call 384-2138 or visit mgotrucking.com.
At Apple City Wholesalers in Jackson, you'll never pay retail. Score 40 to 70% off name brand items, usually 50 to 60% or more. Don't miss their popular Facebook Live sales Sunday through Thursday at 5 p.m. featuring 60 to 70 items each night, all brand new or priced lower than in-store prices. From tools and toys to fashion and home goods, you'll save big. Like and follow Apple City Wholesalers on Facebook or stop by in person. Apple City Wholesalers, your budget-friendly shopping destination.
Gives a little more time for the defense to get down. He does kick it short here at the near side of the field at the 18-yard line. And wrapping up at the 29.
Tate Rosler, Gavin Seitz.
That was Cornell with the return, but he's dropped at the 29-yard line.
Jared McLeod, all on that tackle. Those are huge. 70 yards they need to go, or at least within field goal range. They still have 2 timeouts, 30 seconds to go in this contest.
It will be the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 from the left hash mark.
You got to remember, Julian Baker can receive. We haven't used him that way tonight, but maybe that's what we might see, maybe.
Aaron Phipps is the quarterback, and a timeout has been called by the officials. No, Jackson takes the timeout.
Takes the timeout.
Uses their last one.
He's got Zayden McLeod in there at the nose guard position. We'll keep Wes Clagg out there to down tackle. Boy, the Clagg play to set up that drive.
Yep.
Huge.
Game has went back and forth 3 times now.
Yep.
Change of...
Now, obviously, the big plays for Trace tonight have been when they fake the option and throw out of it. That's worked twice for him, and that's set up, multiple times for him. It really set up that last touchdown. But the Ironmen have been taking a look at that, and I'm sure they've talked about that. We're going to play a little deeper in the secondary. Keep them in front of you. Make some tackles in the open field.
I don't see C.J. Crabtree out there tonight. There he is on the sideline. Okay.
It's when we have.
Phipps takes the snap, rolls to his right, has pressure from behind, and he dumps it off. Avoiding the big sack, he dumped it off as the Ironmen had heavy pressure.
Forcing him to the right. Nice job there. Finally, you had...
That will stop the clock at 24 seconds.
Finally, you had... I think it was McLeod chasing him down, forcing him to throw it out of bounds. Took 6 seconds.
Now 2nd and 10.
Actually, for the first time in a long time, Bodie Wolford is in there in the secondary. Actually, ever since he was been injured, he's purely been on the offensive side of things.
Trips to the right. Empty backfield. And a whistle. And this will be a delay of game call against Miami Trace.
Just ignites the crowd a little bit more. 5-yard penalty pushes it back to the 25. Probably need to think about getting at least to the 20 for a field goal attempt. That would be 37 yards. They have 2 timeouts still in their hip pocket.
2nd and 15, empty backfield. Phipps wants to throw, has pressure, and can the Ironmen get him? They're still on the loose, looking left, and he throws it up. It is caught for the first down by Cooper Enix, and he took a big hit, but he hangs onto the ball for a 13-yard gain.
Boy, did Phipps buy time. Finally took a heck of a shot as he released the football, but they advance it out to the 44-yard line, and you're right, a huge hit, but it's a first down. They move the chains with 12 and a half seconds to go, and Trace will use one of those 2 timeouts.
Tell you what, we'll do the same, just 12 seconds remaining. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
Spoil your pup with the Barking Bakery in Jackson, home of paw cakes, wolf and waffles, peanut butter pumpkin treats, and more. Find us at the Jackson Farmers Market or in our Facebook group. Treats your dog will drool for. The Barking Bakery.
Hey, all you Ironman football fans, it's the Chubby Guys podcast, and this year we're bringing you the player of the game each and every single week. Tune in on our Facebook page at chubbyguys@facebook.com, and tune in on our YouTube, our TikTok, our Instagram, anywhere you love your media, that's where we are.
Remains in this one as the Jackson Ironmen and Miami Trace battling out to the end here tonight. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line for the Panthers. Can the Ironmen get a stop? Phipps throwing over the middle. They set up a
shooting ladder,
and it's Baker running out of bounds. He stops the clock with 6 seconds to go.
Well, I tell you what, nice job defensively. That's a play. We kept everybody in front of us. They executed it nicely, but we knock out Baker right about 1 yard shy of the first down.
It now moves the ball into Ironman territory, spotted at the 47.
Down's unimportant now with 6 seconds. They still have 1 timeout, so they could catch one and get a quick timeout.
Big play here, empty backfield. And wanting to pass is Phipps, has to go deep. Down the sideline, the ball was deflected or came out of his hand, and with just 0.6 seconds remaining.
Obviously trying to throw it up in the air to Baker down the field. Ball didn't come out of his hand cleanly, and it's thrown out of bounds. 0.6 seconds. This is it. Unless there's a penalty of some sort, this is the play. And they will utilize their last timeout to talk this over.
And we will stay right here, and we'll tell you about next week's opponent should the Ironmen hang on. London now leading McNicholas 17-14.
I believe it's a final, Danny.
Oh, it is a final.
17-14.
They were in a dogfight, as were the Ironmen tonight. Trace or the Ironmen, tell you, it's going to be a emotional win or a loss, and I'll tell you, it's a shame neither team should lose this game.
They've all fought hard.
Yes, they have.
All night long.
Yes, they have.
0.6 seconds on the board. It's 3rd down. They'll have, this is the last crack at it unless there's a penalty.
Our athletes will step back, give them some room. All we got to do is make a tackle.
They have 4 receivers out wide to the right. Empty backfield. And there's a penalty flag. Procedure, I believe. The receiver on this side of the field, Cooper Hicks, may have left just a hair early.
Still 0.6 seconds. No timeouts for either team.
Back to the 48-yard line.
Trace had 4 receivers to the short side of the field.
Hicks.
And they do it again.
Same formation. And looking.
Oh my gosh, what a hold.
All the way down into the end zone. It's batted away, and the Jackson Ironmen hang on 24-21. And they'll advance to the semifinals.
Wow. We have done some classic games starting back in 1996, the 7-3 Hillsborough game. How about the Cincinnati Withrow 36-34 Ironman win?
That was a classic.
Gia put this one right there.
Wow.
Whoa.
This one was nice because it was right here at home, and boy.
Coach Andy Hall wins his 12th playoff game in his career here at Jackson. He is now 12-12. The Ironmen will advance and take on London. The problem is London held on for a win, so we're on the road next week.
Head to London.
We weren't far from getting to be back at Alumni Stadium if McNichols could have held on.
Yeah.
But what a classic game, and boy, did we use some emotion and some energy, left it on the field tonight.
No doubt about that. 24-21, a comeback win for the Ironmen. The lead changed 3 times in this game. Each team had their opportunities, but the Ironmen pulled away.
You know, and I'll tell you what, if you're Trace, you are heartbroken. They want to beat this Ironman team so badly. We beat them 10 straight times. Now it's 11. Twice, we've beat them twice in the same year. They just have to feel kind of snake-bitten at the moment as they're walking off. I mean, the Ironmen did shake hands and a lot of emotion left out there, but I tell you what, both teams laid it on the line tonight. Now the Ironmen will run down in front of the band and sing our fight song. We're still on the air. Go ahead, talk for a second.
24-21. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with a lot more post-game activity right after this timeout.
I'm sorry.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
Looking for a strike of fun and a slice of something amazing? Roll into Leo of Wellston, where the good times roll and the pizza hits the spot. Bowl a turkey, eat a slice, maybe both at once. Hey, we don't judge. Pro tip, bowling burns calories. Pizza adds to happiness. Find us at 15 North Park Avenue in Wellston, right where the fun lives, and give us a call at 740-384-6670 to plan your next night out. Leo of Wellston, where every night is a pizza party with pins.
Good people bring good people.
Are you looking for the perfect power sport vehicle? Well, come visit Pony Power Sports of Jackson. We're the same great faces you know and love at the same location and with the best selection in the tri-state area. From motorcycles to ATVs to side-by-sides. Pony Power Sports of Jackson has them all. It's where your adventure begins. Get to the pony.
It's that time of year again. It's football season. Stop in and see us at the Sherwood-Fulks Insurance Agency to learn more about Ohio Mutual. We can help you select the right coverage for your needs. Call us today at 740-286-1708 or visit us on the web at SherwoodInsurance.com.
Start and end your day with McDonald's of Jackson, Wellston, Oak Hill, or MacArthur. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you're always cooking up something great from your Jackson, Wellston, Oak Hill, or MacArthur McDonald's. And I'm loving it, and you will too.
Good people bring good people.
At Buckeye Construction and Restoration, it's the
Thanks for watching Jackson Sports Network, brought to you by Rent-2-Own on Total Media Sports YouTube.